Previously, on Seattle by Night. The night immediately after the raid passes quickly. Alvin chooses to spend it doing a little digging and gathering up whatever basic information is available regarding Leon Maxwell's affairs, learning of the Venture's current ghoul, as well as the location of the major offices and, of course, the phone numbers available to the directory. He does not, however, make any calls just yet tonight. Ashley, meanwhile, is still suffering from a rather gruesome injury and settles into a night at the chantry so her body may focus its energy and blood reserves on knitting itself back together. She uses this time to study more for her rituals, more tricks up her sleeve for a turbulent time. Pius awakens slowly in the still unfamiliar place that is his new haven. Awakening is now somewhat hazy and foggy, kinda like waking up groggy after a rough night and oversleeping. He is also rather hungry. The next night starts off relatively normal, although with at least one oddity for Alvin, namely Sarah approaching to ask for a job on behalf of her cousin, Halsey, once Alvin starts opening for night business. Ashley, meanwhile, faces a curious clanmate as to what burning unalive feels like. Of course, coming from Sue Ellen, it's not nearly the oddest question she's asked in the 5 years you've known each other. Definitely not. Pius wakes up with his little beast family, and the two new decorations in the form of his animated corpses. He does, ultimately, head toward the bagel, knowing that the dead mother will be on his case if he doesn't at least chime in. And it probably puts off having to speak with Cassandra. Not because he doesn't like his sire, but more that she's going to be such a worrywart when he does turn up. The party at the bagel becomes two when Ashley arrives, fortunately before the light drizzle outside intensifies into a medium downpour. However, for the Ventrue and the Tremere, their enjoyment of the being out of the above is interrupted by noises coming from the glass door. An absolutely soaked and rain-sodden waif has her face pressed up against the glass. Once let in, she wasted no time in all but dive-bombing onto the nearest recently cleaned table, rendering it as soaked as herself in short order. Frustrations and petty rage about being kept from the coming the previous night due to the time-consuming nature of the tangled web of post-operation meetings the prince commanded of those higher up. As the conversation calms, once has her tantrum fit out of her system, the small elder notes the absence of the other two members of the coterie. She does, however, remark on having heard Lyra had plans for the night. Waif also warns Alvin of stepping on certain toes regarding his certain desire to cover for Maxwell's absence. Eventually, an hour after Ashley's own arrival, Pius turns up. Conversation turns to his late arrival and odd excuse of feeling sleepy, which Waif all but calls bullshit on to his face, before taking her to leave, letting him face the far less knowing inquisition of his coterie mates. In her absence, talk among the three of you turns to the topic of blood, that life-giving fluid that keeps you going so long after death. One of you is at least hungry, and another outright ravenous. Two problem children for the dead mother to deal with. The decision is made to head first to Elysium, to take advantage of the small amount of allowed blood there, to hopefully make frenzied exsanguinations less likely to occur when you go hunting properly. Once arrived, the coterie quickly makes its way to acquire drinks, and Pius, considering taking Lynette on movie dates as a transaction for some of Lynette's body-preserving ritual oils. It would certainly keep those corpses he has animated from rotting, among other things. They do take a moment to check who's present in the building, however. They find Echo and figure it a good idea to inquire as to where Olivia happens to be. They are told that Lyra apparently took her off on a field trip, though Echo did seem somewhat confused as to why that was what Lyra was calling whatever they ended up doing. In Echo's absence, however, a hand drops onto Alvin's shoulder. It is attached to someone that makes Alvin inwardly groan immediately upon realizing just who has come down from their literal tower. He begrudgingly introduces Pius and Ashley to his sire. Pius wastes no time at all in making an embarrassing mess of himself in front of the man, to Alvin's detriment. He does, however, leave Alvin with a warning, first encouraging what he calls Alvin's positively aimed ambitions, though he then continues by saying that not everyone may have that same opinion. His final comment to Alvin tells his child to soar high, child. Not that it would be the first time Arthur Wayman would aspire to see Alvin thrive in the crucible, known nor unknown. After his sire departs, Alvin takes a dead mother moment to lecture Ashley and Pius that while they as a coterie help each other, they need to be careful as each of their actions reflects on each of the others by association. Though whether they took that to heart remains to be seen. Afterwards, the coterie departs for a proper hunt at Flux, a nightclub which has not as of yet been given to any vampire as domain. Ashley hunts, Alvin dead mothers, making sure no one frenzies, before going to take a bite out of the DJ, a young rising star of a lady. Pius tries to steal silver bangles from dancers on the floor, and succeeds in acquiring one, which is taken by Ashley, raises the alarm of the crowd in the process. Having topped off their blood, or at least having become considerably less hungry, Coterie returns to the Daily Bagel, where Ashley attempts a ritual. She has done this before, the night they learned of the Sabbat's location, but this time is considerably more personal. She is attempting to find Connor, arguably the most important mortal from her past. The scrying ritual succeeds, the liquid in the bowl showing her a vision of a familiar figure in a jacket perched on the edge of a rooftop, the Seattle skyline in the distance. He turns, to face someone or something outside your field of view, bringing his face into focus. It is Connor. His face perhaps a couple of years older, but also unnaturally pale, bearing all those typical features of a vampire not currently utilizing the ability of the blood to mimic life. The smirk he flashes, whoever is off screen, is achingly familiar. To whoever is off screen. Sorry. He then backflips off the building, plummeting to the street, audibly splatting and snapping as his body breaks before beginning the process of knitting itself back together. He's apparently not the only one doing this odd behavior. Other figures are gathered about, and more splat into the ground after he picks himself up and moves away from the rather messy landing zone. It's oddly fraternal, in a blood cult sort of way. Though you do notice that not everyone jumps from the same height, only a few jumping from all the way up on the roof like he did. Ashley is ear to ear smiling, jumping up and down excitedly just at having found her desired target. A completely different side of Ashley than anyone in the coterie has seen before now, or anyone
Oh
in the
boy.
chantry for that matter, which may be one of the reasons why she didn't want to do it there. Eventually, Ashley is forced to explain her excitement, who Connor is to her, as well as her previous hopes of making him her ghoul, at least until she could earn the privilege of bestowing the embrace. But it seems he is already kindred, like you. The others are not so enthusiastic, however, including mentioning having seen too many movies where this ends poorly, and that she should let her ex go. They even ask as to whether this is a Giovanni thing. The spirit of craziness and confession takes Pius as well, causing him to confess that having stashed bodies and animating them in his basement. He also confesses to grave robbing and stealing said corpses. Alvin is caught in the middle. His whole coterie seems possessed by madness right now. Oddly, the missing member, the actual child of madness, and therefore the literally insane one, would be preferably a more sane one right now. Of course, he always thought of her as the good child and his favorite. Once things calm down, Pius attempts to send out his bat with a picture of Connor in a vain attempt to find him. Fortunately, bats are not quite capable of doing that. So, we'll get back to him later. That does bring us to the moment. However, we will go not to the Daily Bagel, but to the actions of the missing member of your number. So for right now, oop, Olivia. The night following the raid Saturday night, was probably one of the first times you've ever felt like sleeping in. Shame that the way the whole day sleep thing doesn't really care about what you feel. You have your caterpillar with you, though, and your sire. Now, what I did for the others for the Saturday night, the night immediately following the raid, was a sort of a lightning night. That is to say, like, what in a quick moment would you get up to that night? What did you get up to that night while everyone else was busily handling their own affairs?
So you said it's a lightning night?
Yeah, yeah. Like I had a brief night where we covered the night after the raid, which is Saturday.
Oh,
But it
okay.
was also a night where everyone was like, kind of just doing their. It was focused on doing one or two things that night. Then we moved on to the following night.
Okay. Well, I know.
Because right now the current night is actually Sunday, but right now we're still on your Saturday, so to
Okay.
speak.
Well, I think Olivia, if she has downtime, she might technically go and see if there's any racing to be done with her bike at the Thunderdogs.
Hmm. I believe you had
Garden.
been told of a race. I forget when that race was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be for the next week.
I can't remember.
I can't either, but I want to say it was a Tuesday or a Thursday. We can include that in your time skip interludes for next time.
Yeah, that's fine. I think outside of that, just annoying the hell out of Echo and
You're going to
probably
keep her with you as long as possible tonight, aren't you?
yeah. I mean, if
Excellent.
she's
Makes all the more sense that she would know that you went on a field trip the next night. Yay.
yeah. I mean, come on, she's Olivia's caterpillar. She's waiting for her to bloom. Isn't
Which
that
won't
right?
happen just yet, it would seem. Shame.
Damn. Oh, that's sad.
Yes, pizza, 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 pizza.
I'm gonna
Everyone got
pickpocket
pizza.
someone. Just kidding.
It just got to the door and it
Oh,
ran
Why
nice.
do you need
upstairs.
why do you need to pickpocket when you could just walk up to somebody and just steal their beret?
Yeah, shut up. I still have that. I still have that beret.
She does still have that beret, yes. She looked at it, it's hers.
Hmm. Does wait? Echo has a bike, doesn't she?
Probably, yeah. You never
Because
asked, but it would be safe to
that
assume, considering her sire is.
that is true.
You could go
Oh,
riding together.
yeah, that's what I was actually thinking. Like, if she's not gonna go to the Thunderdogs, at the moment, she's gonna plop her ass right in front of Echo, wherever Echo is, in the room, and basically
Mhm.
go, "Hey, hey, caterpillar, mm,
What?
do you have a bike?"
Of course. What kind of question is that?
Well, I didn't want to assume, and bah, it doesn't matter.
Jeez.
Do you want to
Get it
go
out
race?
already.
Huh?
Only if it gets me out of this, she says, motioning
Yeah.
to the onesie she's currently stuffed in. Your
Oh yeah.
sire can't comment because Lyra is still in the day sleep.
Mhm. Oh yeah. We can ditch this. We won't. We don't need to go outside of this. But I want to race.
You want to race.
Mm-hmm.
No? Oh, okay. But we don't stop for nothing. Just saying.
That's fair. I'm game for it.
And a short interlude later, you will, in fact, attempt a race. Let's go ahead and put a roll to this just so you can have a chance to try it out.
Okay.
Obviously, you're not actually, there's no closed course here. Y'all are literally speeding through the streets. And
Whoa.
your goal for if you attract any sort of legal problems is just to try and outrun it or avoid it. So, yeah, we'll go with a dexterity drive and make it a difficulty 7. It's only 7 right now because it's not an actual race so much as a friendly competition.
Alright, so dexterity drive 7.
Mhm.
Why did it drop back down? Oh, there it goes. Really?
You lose as the
What?
race goes on. You don't like do anything awful, but like spinning out of control or crashing or anything like that. But you do in fact lose the race considerably. Echo is just that much more experienced. Oh, I actually need to roll for her. I should roll for her. My bad.
Oh, it's okay.
But
Aw, she's my rival now. I gotta get better than her. She's my friendly rival.
yeah, I should. I'm just gonna do that at least the bare minimum here and be like, okay, yeah, you can have this, you can have this, and difficulty 7. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
she outpaces you.
damn
She's just
it!
that much more practiced, I guess. I say, despite the fact she has a smaller dice pool than you. Hmm.
Are you? Oh my god. Okay. Yep. I gotta work on that. I have to outdo her.
She's going to hold that over you until you beat her now. You know that, right?
Yes. And that makes me even more want to focus on that.
Hmm. Your night passes in streaks of street lights and other cars are swerving in and out and around. You do both pick up a police chase at one point, but they don't pursue you very long, either because you outrun them quickly enough or because they get called away to something more important than a couple of lunatics on bikes. You suspect the latter. You wish it was the former, but you're probably not good enough for it to be the former.
Yeah. Olivia's gonna probably think out loud and say, maybe I'm the caterpillar and I should be wearing that onesie.
Something to consider, I'm sure. However, the next night begins with you waking up to a sticky note on your face.
Oh, dear Lord. All right. I peel it off. Well, Olivia peels it off and starts reading it.
It's from Lyra, but it definitely wasn't there when you felt the sunrise, so she probably had her ghoul place it on you after the both of you passed out. The
Mhm.
message on it is pretty clear, however. Simply to wait for her to wake up.
Oh, man. Wait for mom to wake up or sneak out. Ugh, okay, I'll wait. It might be good.
Hmm.
I put the sticky note on her face.
Maybe half an hour. Maybe half an hour later, she does, in fact, wake up. You don't really see her eyes open immediately so much because of the sticky note you plastered back on her face. But it doesn't take long for her to take it off, look at it, and then look over at you, wherever it is you are.
Just
Oh,
chilling
good.
somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You waited. Goodness. No, no, you're
Yeah,
fine. You're fine.
I, f- I figured I'd wait, see what you needed.
No, it's not about what I need, silly. Goodness. Well, it's just she will smile bubbly, patting your cheeks with both of her hands. You are so down lately, so we're going to do something about it. Then she kind of frowns. Well, I was going to take you to this cool secret museum thing, but someone is still being a little touchy about letting us go. So I guess we are improvising tonight.
Ooh, what are we
Now,
doing though?
improvising turns out to be spending the first few hours of your night hitting the town and
Mhm,
making more stops in a set time frame than you probably ought to be able to do so.
mhm,
But who cares about the little stuff like that anyway? You stop at 2 separate bars, drink 2 separate groups of mortals under the tables just for the laughs, though having to upcheck the booze later was less amusing. You cause
mhm,
some modest chaos at Club Blue, with the permission of Sergey, leading to a frenzied dance-off by those in attendance that was still going on when you left. And
mhm.
then you finally arrived at where you are now. Oop.
Pick that off. Ooh, an arcade.
An arcade. An arcade filled with an abundance of nighttime partakers of the classic 90s art of wasting allowance and early paychecks to the quarter machines. Your own, or at least Lyra's, quarters get sunk into a mix of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X-Men, and Raiden 2.
Hmm. I like that.
Every single game Lyra picks has to end up devolving into a silly competition between the two of you.
Do I win any of those? Am I gonna have another rival?
Do you want to actually make a roll to try?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's figure out what kind of roll I'm going to give you for freaking arcade games. Hmm. Well, I'll let you. No, I'm just going to do something. No. Choose dexterity or wits, and then add either. Oh shoot, I don't know. What do I want to do here? You're not playing any shooter games, so no firearms.
Is there a technology skill?
Yeah, that's for building stuff. We can roll computers. Hmm. Computers is using computers. Technology is building technology, usually. So, yeah, sure, we can use computer for the skill. And
So
choose
Dex.
dexterity, wits, your choice.
Wait, let me look at my sheet. Hold on. Do I have computers? No, I don't. So I will choose wits instead.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Dexterity or wits, and then computers. Normally, you'd be at a -2 penalty for using computers untrained, but this once I will allow it untrained with no penalty. Mm.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I can only do wits right there. Yeah. No, I'll just do dexterity. I don't have computers or anything, so whatever. We'll just do that. Um,
Difficulty 6.
difficulty 6. All right.
You can beat her. She rolled kind of crappy. She doesn't actually have good stats in this. I'm just rolling with this shit. Hey, you actually end up coming out on top more often than not. Congratulations.
Yay! I have one less rival in the world.
She rolls with it rather well, kind of teasing you in some cases about the way you're showing up for your mom in such a manner. But it's all in good fun.
Mhm.
After
Oh
all, she
yeah.
did this entire thing to get you out of whatever sort of funk you'd sunk into, at least in her eyes. So she seems to be working. However, ultimately, oop, oop, your night is somewhat interrupted when Lyra kind of freezes up when y'all are trying to decide which machine to go play next to. Her eyes carry off to the entrance, where someone new has entered into the room, and she seems kind of frozen and stark, almost like a fear paralysis sort of thing.
Hmm? Lyra, are you okay?
We should go. We should go right now.
Oh, okay. Olivia's not gonna question it because she knows what anxiety
You
feels
turn to
like.
head for the door, but there's someone already standing in front of you.
Oh, that's not good. Um, excuse me, can we get by? Your hunk of flesh is in the way.
A little rude, aren't you?
Kinda. I get by. Oh, come on. Get.
There's something can't quite place, but your beast is the beast inside you is a little on the scared side, though not for anything about him that you can place.
Um,
I'm
Lyra?
not looking for a fight tonight, leeches. You might as well go, even if you do reek of worm.
Wait, excuse me? Want to
Do
run
your
that by me
ears
again?
not work?
Uh, uh, you know what? She's gonna
I'm
try
being
to
very
pull.
generous here. You should go. now.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. She tries to pull Lyra with her.
Right. We're going. We're going. Yep. No need to. Yeah. Just. Yeah. We're going. Come on, Olivia. We're going. Going. Right now. And Lyra will all but yank you out the door.
Hmm. Yeah.
Sadly, bringing an end to a rather otherwise fun night.
Mhm.
She doesn't speak, at least not until you're back in the rather nice, old-fashioned pink convertible. With the hood up, unfortunately, because the whole thing is raining right now, like it usually is.
Hmm.
I wasn't expecting that.
Who was that?
I don't know, but it was more the question of what he is.
Hmm. He gave me the
Oh,
heebie-jeebies.
yeah, that's probably for the best. Lupines tend to do that.
He's a lupine?
Werewolf. Yeah, yeah. I've only met 3 of them, and that was definitely a werewolf. They
Oh.
don't they don't normally come into the normal city nightlife like that. I wasn't expecting it. I would have taken us somewhere else if I had thought there was gonna be one of those showing up. Uh it's not the best not to think about it. Don't even think about it. Just yeah, we are going to be just fine. I hope you had a good night though. I mean, let's just not think about what happened at the end there, but I suppose it should probably get you to your friends. Your friends will probably be concerned about you. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that'll be fine.
yeah, sure, but are you okay?
Uh, no, but I will be.
Oh, okay.
You know me, I always bounce back.
All right, well, let's probably get out of here, like you said, if he's truly something to be afraid of.
Yeah, I mean, you seem mellow for a werewolf, but just being around one is mm, more than a little unnerving.
I'm guessing that they're pretty dangerous for our kind.
Yeah. We reek of the worm to them. I don't know what that is. It's just that they hate anything that reeks of the worm.
Olivia's gonna start doing the worm on the ground. Is this what they're afraid of?
You're in a car.
Oh shit, I forgot we were in a car. Never mind.
Hmm,
She just looks like she's having a seizure.
indeed. Um, okay, I don't know. I don't have the details. I mean, you don't generally get to talk to them.
That's fair. I wonder
Well,
where he
still,
gets his hair
I
from.
had a fantastic evening. Not counting the last bit. And I hope you're a little bit more, well, your normal self. Not like whatever this is that's been you being down so much lately.
Well, I appreciate it. I think the night out was really nice. And I'll beat up any werewolf for you if you want.
Don't do that, but
Okay.
thank you. Thought is nice.
I'll wear him as a fur belt.
The rest of the ride passes in largely silence or idle chatter about anything but what you just saw. And you eventually come back to the Daily Bagel. You haven't been here in a couple of nights. So it's oddly friendly and familiar to be back here, probably.
We're back.
I assume. Oh. Oh, there goes Pius.
He'll be back.
I assume. Hmm.
Get away,
Moments after sending out a bat to try and find someone, in which Alvin is still feeling very much like a guardian overwhelmed by their irresponsible and misbehaving wards, Ashley is still riding Cloud 9. Pius is perfectly fine. Lyra's bright pink gold convertible pulls up outside. The rain is still in its somewhat increased downpour stage. Which leaving Olivia, presumably to get out. Does Olivia have an umbrella?
I don't think so.
Well,
It's normally
looks
just
like
coming
you're getting
soaking
wet
wet.
Yeah, I think she does usually.
Yeah, well,
usually-
normally it's a light drizzle. Right now it's kind of like a medium downpour.
You know what? She's gonna take her jacket off before getting out and put it over her head.
Jacket is put over your head.
And then she's
shielding
gonna
you
be like,
somewhat from the rain.
she's like, "Bye, Mom. I promise I won't stay out late." And then just slam the door shut and run into the Daily Bagel.
Alvin, is the door unlocked?
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
I think so, because I think we just had Waif
Wait, you
leave.
did just leave, but did you lock it after that?
Probably not yet.
All right, Olivia, you do not in fact slam into a locked door. You are able to open it and burst inside, marking the second set of increasingly wet footsteps that have entered the front door since the building's shut down.
Yeah, no big deal.
And then she's gonna take her jacket off from her head and shake it out, which does nothing for Alvin. And puts her coat back on.
Alvin looks exasperated, presumably. Ashley is kind of hopping in place. Pius is just grinning, standing there in the corner.
Rude.
Hi, guys.
There you
Why is-
are.
Why does the environment feel weird? Ashley's smiling. I don't know what's happening.
I know.
He's insane.
I wouldn't say that.
Olivia, they're being mean to me. Where have you been?
Wait, who's being mean to you? What's going on? I'll
Those
fight them.
those two. They're
I'm
calling
not
me
being
crazy.
mean,
They're
I'm
calling me
just-
crazy.
I've not called you crazy.
Ashley's just
said
I'm
what?
calling you crazy.
okay.
Wait a minute. You called her crazy?
No.
Wait, you called her crazy. She's pointing at Pius.
Yes.
Why is she crazy? Why do you think she's crazy?
Because she found out one of her ex-boyfriends are alive, and now she wants to kidnap him and make him hers.
Wait, who did you find? She gets up really super close to Ashley's face.
Ashley's gonna just like stare back. I found him.
Connor?
Yes.
You found Connor?
Yes.
He doesn't look like a pimply brick face, does he? What how'd you find him?
She's gonna point at her bowl.
Oh my god, your aristocrat's bowl. You found him through that?
Yes.
No, he is the bull.
He is the bull. Holy crap, he is the bull? Wait a minute.
He's not the
Connor?
bowl. He's not the bowl.
Oh.
He's not the
Darn
bowl.
Damn it.
Ashley's gonna chuck something at Pius's head. She doesn't care what.
He will catch it and then go, he is the bull. And sits back down.
And, Anna. Wow. Yep. Olivia holds her hand out to the bull, like, nice to meet you, Connor. You look weird.
Pius will cup his mouth and go, nice to meet you too.
Yep. We're like, oh my god, it talks. Where's its mouth? Does it have a butthole?
Ashley's just gonna like shake her head. It's like that was Pius talking.
Oh.
He's being a dick.
Is there still water in the scrying bowl?
I would assume there is.
She's gonna flick it at Pius, like, on her tips of her fingers, like, Pius, stop it.
Be lucky it's not holy water.
No, it's
Ew.
just Connor juice.
No, it's
Actually, lick it off.
technically stagnant water and some owl's blood.
I guan, I guess that means Pius has just been bukkake.
Oh,
Oh, God. I'm the little birthday cake at the party.
You poor man.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Y'all have problems.
Okay, so now that we established Connor is not the bull, what? It's not his. We didn't bukkake bias. Oh, what are we what are we doing about
What?
this revelation?
What?
Sometimes I wonder about you people. Where do you pick up these phrases?
I'm gonna have to unsanitize my hand and then sanitize it again and then repeat the process. But Olivia, I keep wanting to call Olivia everybody else's name except for hers. Olivia's gonna turn to Ashley and be like, so is that all you found right now? Is that you've seen him through the scrying bowl? Is there anything else?
He's in the city. I don't know where in the city, but I know he's in the city.
But what did you see through the scrying bowl?
Him, not human, jumping off the roof and breaking every bone in his body and then repairing himself, essentially.
Oh no, he's a phoenix, got it.
No, no, he's not a phoenix.
Comstock, we're gonna have a new flying friend.
I'm pretty sure he's been embraced, like us.
Oh.
So he got a hug and it repaired his bones, got it. No, but how are we gonna go about to actually find him?
Very carefully. I don't know, because I don't know what territory that is.
That's fair. And I didn't see it, so I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. But he's in the city. That's actually exciting.
Yep, I see a few more scryings in my future to figure
Did
out.
we find out that he was in this city or just in a city?
He's in this city.
Oh, okay.
He's in a neighboring area of Seattle that Ashley does not recognize. Which
Okay.
kind of sucks, but...
So we're gonna have to do some digging. Did you see anything like addresses, street names? Do you know what the building texture is? Do you know if there's a toilet? I don't know.
I assume there's a toilet in the building and it was brick, but no, I didn't see any addresses.
Okay. We're gonna have to find out more information for you. Definitely. Like, Olivia's... I'm not doing it properly, but Olivia's kind of fangirl... Like, not fangirling,
Like two teenage
Sweet.
girls that are freaking out over some juicy gossip.
Pretty much. She's excited for Ashley. I just don't know how to do it properly. So... But
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stalking.
ooh, I like stalking.
I know. We've got
Kind of fun.
We've figured that out already.
Well,
You're a bit
it's a good lesson.
yeah.
I could be around the corner. You never know.
Obviously, you
All
have obfuscate.
So now that we established what Ashley's doing, what has Pius and Alvin been doing?
Honestly, not a whole hell of a lot, to be, completely transparent.
We
Oh,
ran.
you know,
fair.
just laying around.
We ran into Alvin's dick of a sire.
Right, you had to remind me.
Oh man, that boy was busting the lace off the seams of his denim pants with them butt cheeks.
Damn!
The fact that you were praising the abductor of my, corporeal form is kind of concerning.
Oh no, he is a horrible man, but that body,
You can admire a good ass cheek or two.
you can't deny it.
If I was Jeffrey Dahmer, I'd probably eat it.
If that dude dog drug across the floor, he'd make grooves.
Jesus.
Not right.
I
But I get you, Alvin. If you want, I'll go beat him up. I'm in a beat him up mood today
see this.
or tonight.
Ooh, let's beat some people up. Pius gets all excited.
But let's be. Yeah, let's go beat up his dog dragging booty.
Yeah. We could have him till the soil so we can farm his ass.
So, but exactly how were they being mean to you, Ashley? You said they're being mean outside of them calling you, well, Pius calling you crazy.
Pretty much that. They're calling me like I'm like a crazy fucking ex or something.
I mean, I don't think she's really
like,
crazy,
like
just
she's
her
like your
acting is
footprint, like
crazy.
she's like your old crazy blood family, you know, the incestuous Giovanni's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they made a direct reference to that.
Yeah. I
Also,
also,
Pius admitting to animating corpses in his basement they robbed from a grave.
And your
What?
face is healed.
oh, yeah. That
Olivia has not seen your face since it,
burst into flames.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's back to normal. Pius was also being a dick and said he preferred me the other way.
I thought you were pretty.
And apparently I'm not now.
Oh no, you're pretty. You're just not my kind of pretty.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Thank the Lord for that one.
I'm grotesque.
Oh, I know.
Wow. Pius would sit down and get quiet.
I sense a lot of hostility here. I'm gonna pull out my beret and become the armchair therapist for you guys. So when did this first start? When Ashley was ugly or not ugly? Just like, wait.
You know, I'll tell you if we're in private and he like winks and like nudges her with his elbow.
Yeah.
Pius would grab Olivia and make towards the basement.
Ashley's just gonna turn around and start putting her stuff back together and ignore that.
So, since now that we're down there, we would have to...
Can we roll for obfuscate?
Only while you're not being observed.
Oh yeah, we're gonna turn to each other's backs and we're gonna obfuscate
That's
What are you obfuscating for?
each other.
as weird as that sounds.
We're gonna obfuscate as each other.
All right, Olivia, what's your appearance thoughts?
Shit. Oh, only 2.
Well, Pius, you're gonna have to spend 2 blood.
Okay.
Olivia, you don't have to spend anything beyond whatever it says you have to spend normally.
Okay.
Which, according to the handout I have, manipulation plus by the way, it's manipulation performance difficulty 7.
7 and roll.
What is it again?
Manipulation performance difficulty 7. Pius gets 2 successes. Congratulations, you look like an ugly, misshapen version of Olivia.
Yeah.
Olivia, you look like a misshapen version of Pius. So, like, you know, like a bargain brand version of Pius. You need to get like 5 successes to completely look like someone.
So Pius will now call out from the basement. We're
So you're
done
like
doing our
real
secrets
control
now.
dolls of each other's.
Can someone open the door? We're done doing our secrets.
That makes it sound so bad.
Ashley is ignoring it.
Like,
I don't think they're gonna open. Please, Pius is being weird.
I don't
I
think they
am.
locked. I don't think they locked the door behind them.
I don't think so. I think we could just go.
We can't open the door. Where's the handle at? Wait, what is a handle? Maybe it's just a handle of life.
Olivia.
Y'all are goofballs. I figure that while they're doing that, like, I'd probably be chatting with Ashley.
Alvin, please open the door.
Alvin, why are they like this?
I could ask you the same question.
Olivia, if we open the door, we're gonna unobfuscate. They have to open the door.
You won't unobfuscate just from opening the door.
Oh, Pius will open the door.
That only becomes a problem if you're hiding yourself through like the pseudo invisibility.
Oh, that's
Right now,
right.
you're just changing your appearance.
Ah, yes, okay. Then we will just emerge from the basement and have a seat.
Oh God.
Ashley, Alvin, you see two very misshapen versions of Olivia and Pius. And it only looks like Pius and Olivia if you kind of squint sideways a bit. It's like crude caricature versions.
Boy, that sure was a crazy secret about Ashley you told me, Pius.
Like random, like people are trying to cosplay with bargain brand cosplay of those two.
I know.
Wild stuff you told me there.
I don't know what to do with this. Just like, yeah, her hair's pretty fake. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that part was the craziest.
I just looked at your picture. That's all I could see is your hair.
What are you two doing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither.
And we both snidely tilt our chins upwards.
Ashley's just going to shake her head at them. It's like, I'm going to stay in a good mood right now. Because if I get angry, I'm going to use my new fireball.
Olivia's immediately gonna drop her mask. Just because she does not want to get caught on fire.
I'm just
Fireball, fireball. Oh, the jig's up.
Pius will put his mask on.
point something out here, Ashley. You use fireball in this place, and we're gonna have problems.
Oh no, I wasn't going to use fireball inside. I just knew that they'd get scared as soon as I mentioned fire.
Dad's got a thing. He's gonna punish you.
You fell for it. You didn't know who was who.
I'm pretty sure we could tell.
These were the best disguises ever.
Yeah, I agree.
You both did very well, but I gotta ask, why?
Pius would turn on and start talking to Nibbles and Comstock.
Comstock isn't here. You sent him off and evaded him to find Connor.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. Pius has
Yeah,
no
Nibbles is
other
serious.
excuse.
You have nibbles and squeakers.
I kind of just wanted to see how well our obfuscates would work together, just in case, like maybe Olivia has to go and do something dangerous that she, I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
it's kind of fun. You should try it, Alvin.
Not
This
really
thing-
my thing, but
If I could pretend, or Olivia could pretend we were one of you guys, and we got sent out to do something instead of you, that would be cool.
We would need obfuscate for that.
No. You would stay here. We'd go out and do espionage, and you would do the shimmer hands.
And Olivia's doing it with you. The shimmer.
Pius, you're from an espionage clan. You can do that just fine.
What? Olivia can do.
Yes, Olivia can. But you specifically come from a clan that's good at secrets, and that's your job.
I bet you Alvin number 2 would disagree with you.
You mean Albert?
Albert?
Yeah, Albert.
Yeah,
Albert.
I like it. It encompasses Pius and Alvin together. Albert.
Sometimes I wonder about you two.
You're
All three
welcome.
of you, honestly.
You guys are the normies.
Yeah, you kind of got to think outside the box with the kind of lifestyle that we lead.
Is that so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, harnessed and all.
Mm-hmm. Rats and all.
But seriously, how are we gonna find Connor?
Well,
Are we
Here it
really
comes.
dedicating all of our time in order to find an ex-boyfriend who we should probably leave alone?
We, you know what? You don't understand romance. You're not a girl, apparently. Go read a young adult romance book once in a while, Alvin.
well, let me pull out my journal. Give me a second. She's gonna start rifling around for her journal.
Oh, goodness. Alright.
And what would you want us to dedicate our time to instead? Anything specific?
I just figured that the man probably wanted to, split at this point, unless you guys are meant to actually be hunting each other down.
You are so
I-
unromantic. He
Don't
might
really
be.
know the circumstances between you guys' separation, only that, from what it sounds like, things didn't end as amicably as you wanted.
Well, if you asked, I would tell you.
You
As she
mentioned
keeps-
something earlier, but then Olivia and Wave both bust in, and my attention span for the subject kind of just went out the door with all the shenanigans, so a brief recap would be appreciated.
Brief recap.
Her pointer toe's longer than her big toe. He was weird about it.
What's wrong with Pius?
He was not getting involved with Alva standing in between two women trying to get a man back. So he knows full well what happened in the orphanage between him and his multitude of sisters that he had to deal with.
That
This
is
is
fair.
the one conversation he does not deal with.
I don't blame him.
Okay.
Alvin's only sister is one that didn't quite get to that stage yet before he got, vampirized, so...
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, being in foster homes, he has seen it all.
Well, I'm just saying, if we don't have anything better to do, we can well, if you guys don't want to help, that's fine. You don't have to. I mean, Ashley can, I don't know, toss Ashley in the air until she finds Connor on a building again. I don't know.
Let's hear this recap.
Okay. Briefest recap I can give you without too many disgusting details. We started dating when I was 14. He was 16. Thank you, Pius. Bastard. Anyway, we dated up until, what was it, 88? And then we got engaged. And then shit started getting really, really bad.
That's cool.
There was a guy who had beef with Connor, used me against him, and I went on a self-destructive, depressive episode, and I broke it off. And I kind of fucked up everything. So, and now here I am. Don't ask about the 2 years after that, because it was pretty dark.
So this is your fault.
We
Yeah,
kind of
what?
live in...
I will take that. It was my fault-ish. I didn't ask to get assaulted, but yeah.
I mean, have you seen Kindred Society?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up too.
Yeah.
But kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, at the end of my human life there. Wasn't great. I lived in a shoebox.
Olivia's gonna hug Ashley.
Ashley will hug her back.
Alvin in the back of his head almost wonders, in somewhat of an uncharacteristically way, He understands what shoebox typically means, but he's like thinking, how would Ashley fit in a shoebox?
Pius is on the same page. This poor girl. I at least had a home. She had a shoebox.
Oh.
Rainy days must be terrible, and in Washington, there's too many rainy days.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ceiling did leak. The wallpaper was literally peeling off due to it. It was kind of moldy in there.
You're trying to have like a redemption arc then?
Yeah,
Is this what we're
these were
getting
an
at?
internal.
Hey guys,
Mhm.
Huh.
I know that we want to find Connor, but I got a question.
Yeah.
Me and Lyra were at the arcade earlier, and we ran into a werewolf. He let us go, but he called us worms. Do I really smell that bad? Do I need a shower?
He didn't call you a worm because you smell like worms. He called you a worm because we're dead.
Oh.
What an asshole.
Also, I want to know where he gets his haircut because it's fabulous.
Well, your hair would just come back after
What,
you sleep.
What clan is he a part of? Did you find that out?
No, Lyra was pretty freaked out, and I was kind of getting freaked out too, and we kind of just left because he looked like he was not... He looked like a dog who has never gotten treats before and needed to be scratched behind the ear.
Oh.
I see. It's not often that we get a lichen in the area. Needless to say, if your sire is concerned, then all the more reason why we should be as well. We're not quite as developed as the ancillae of our little gathering of kindred, so best to avoid and not to instigate.
Okay. I just know she was freaked out, and I didn't want to push it. So
That's understandable. Although I'm kind of curious as to why she would be so freaked.
fair. But I still
Perhaps.
feel... Oh, go ahead.
Perhaps, he says, begins kind of looking towards Ashley. Someone with connections to depths of information and tomes might be able to get some history or some further understanding on these lichens. Maybe better prepare ourselves in the event that our paths do cross again. That said, if you each have things that you want to pursue, I'm not planning on stepping in anyone's way. But, as I've noted to these two, Olivia, we kind of have a reputation for hanging around each other. So let's try not to dig ourselves holes within kindred society. Otherwise, we're each going to kind of give each other guilt by association.
That's fair. So
I agree.
don't stick my hand in the wasp butthole. Got it.
For the most part. Other than that, please, by all means, do as you will. I'm not here to control you as much as my sire would probably enjoy that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one. I already got a controlling family. I don't need more.
I still feel like the air is just off in here.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone's left us some uneasy gifts from time to time, but I'm not as occult inclined as you or Ashley is.
There better not be another
But-
fucking wraith.
If either of you are
Pius
looking-
licks his lips. Let there be a wraith.
Olivia kind of falls into a slight trance. Just a little one, like her eyes glaze over, and she kind of just mouths necromancer.
Oh, yeah.
Pius pursed his lips so hard his fangs pierced them.
Pius has been doing some illicit activities as of late, so that might just be him.
Huh.
He's admitted to having corpses jammed into his little hangout spot. In fact, we were trying to gather some materials before you had returned with your sire in order to allow access for us to not get our faces mashed in by his would-be guards.
Jesus Christ, you guys are crazier than me. What the fuck, guys?
Hey, I'm not the necromancer. I'm the blood mage, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but like we're having a lot go on right now. The only one who hasn't said anything like major happening is Den Mother.
Den Mother is trying to step on toes right now.
I'm not really trying to step on toes. I'm mostly making sure that territories don't just immediately shift thanks to other kindred being out of commission.
Yeah, but that's what Waif was saying, and I kind of trust someone who's been alive that long.
Oh yes, but that was a warning. And I have high suspicions that my sire's trying to step on my toes.
Oh, we're gonna get him when you're ready.
You see the... Go ahead.
Olivia, anytime she says anything that's kind of offbeat, it's kind of in a trance whisper thing. And she just says, he just wants to look for favors. Oh, shit. There goes my chocolate!
No.
I'll put it this way. The undercurrent of Arthur's little proclamations and inquests seems to lead me to believe he's trying to find his way to weasel into the ports.
You want me to spy on him for you? I can throw you in the air to look for him.
I'd say, considering his relation to your sire, that might be a more dangerous gambit that I'm willing to have you stick your neck for.
Okay, that's fair.
We can look through the scrying bowl at him.
That might be a little safer.
Ooh, let me get up close and pull some of his hair. I'm sure he'll like that. That big booty of his. I'll just slap his ass.
Did we make sure it's okay with Connor before we fill him back up with water again?
That is not him!
Connor, my boy, we're gonna have to fill you up with someone else's water.
Do it! Ashley's gonna start pulling shit out of her bag like, here's a fucking picture, man! Look! This is not a bowl!
But maybe his soul is trapped in that bowl.
Oh,
Maybe that's why you saw him in there. Oh my god. Connor! Yeah, never mind.
Then Halsey would have been trapped in that bowl too! It doesn't work like that.
But... Okay, fine.
It's too fucking funny.
So, what can I help with? I can help Ashley with Connor. I can help you do something, to find information or whatever you want, Elvin, and I'm not stealing bodies for you. I'm sorry, that's a little bit too much for me, Pius. But I won't tell anyone.
I could, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Like, if you need me to help with something, as long as it's not desecrating someone's grave, I can help you with that.
I need to burst open the chest cavity of a rotting corpse and do a barrel roll within its remains.
Oh dear lord.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know if I like that idea. You know what?
Being a necromancer is so gross.
What, Andrew?
/ check humanity sinless to see if that would be a violation of humanity 4.
Do you want me to roll that?
No, I'm just looking.
Oh, okay. I don't know if Olivia would be able to help Pius with his necromancy stuff, knowing that it's
so gross.
Yeah. I think she would at least keep a secret and help where she can, but definitely not with corpses and
she's not going to rob a graveyard for you.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Ashley Silvano pulls a list from her notebook and hands it to Olivia. Oh, whoops. I probably shouldn't be reading that out loud. Sorry.
Nope, it was everyone can see
you
it.
Didn't send it.
Nope, not in private.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was in private at first.
Nope, but I am sending something straight to you.
Okay.
That way you get the note.
Okay.
Hey, the
So-
storyteller would like to know about any secret messages.
Oh, said secret message has already been put in her journal. It says note in her journal. From her last journal entry.
Oh, in Ashley's notebook?
Yeah.
Her list.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't realize you... Oh, okay, I see you privately messaged me here, too.
Yep. It came out not how I wanted it, but yeah, you get the idea.
Okay. Alright, well, Olivia's probably gonna whisper in your ear. We should probably talk in private.
Ashley will just nod.
Yeah. But other than that, I think I know I don't have anything else to say.
Baby? Hello, chicken.
Do you want to be fried or crispy?
Oh boy.
No, you just want to be loved. Alright, baby kitten, you're a good girl.
Would Lynette be bloodbound to Pius if she drank his blood?
The power to blood bind of another vampire transcends the power and gap of generations. Even the lowliest of thin blood bond a elder or a Methuselah.
What generation is she?
She's pretty old,
I'm
I'm sure.
telling you.
She's probably pretty old.
Who knows? She could be a lower generation than I am.
Oh, that much is obvious. Yes. I'm saying, but I'm telling you, generation itself doesn't matter in terms of blood bonds.
Oh, okay.
Power of the blood bond is absolute, regardless of any generation. Although I will say you will lose your favorite student status if you try and blood bond. Assuming you fail.
Olivia will be like, oh, okay. And be like, see ya, guys. Guess I'm going back in the basement.
Why are you going back in the basement?
Read the chat.
Yep, stage 1 of teaching someone a discipline does involve feeding them your blood.
Okay.
Granted,
So
you're
I'm
not going to be able to
bloodbound
learn
to her.
it just like that, but yes, that will start the process.
Good girl, chicken.
Okay.
I assume then that Ashley should put down a, considering the Tremere clan weakness, a stage 2 blood bond to Olivia.
If Olivia's okay with it, because Ashley's going to ask for permission. She's not going to just
Oh, yeah.
straight up take it
oh,
from
in
her.
that case, let's role play this. then.
Yeah, I'm
was
not.
like, wait
I'm
a
not.
minute.
Gonna, I'm not straight up saying yes yet.
You guys are gonna bloodbind?
As much, maybe, as
Well,
much as Olivia
part
loves.
of learning, you had
Okay.
to remember, Pius. You had to take in some of Lynette's blood in order to start learning necromancy.
I did. Oh, I see what's going on. You guys are gonna do some spooky shit with each other.
Basically, Ashley wants to learn obfuscate, and between the choices of you or Olivia, she's obviously trust Olivia more.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. I'm fine with that. I would feel horrible if Ashley had to drink my blood.
That's because of the warts. I'm just kidding.
Also, because she's a Tremere, she's kind of fucked in the sense that the first sip counts as 2. When it
Yeah,
comes to determining blood bonds, so she starts off at stage 2 rather than stage 1.
which is what Olivia. Olivia doesn't know about that weakness, but Olivia wants to know
Yeah,
what
Tremere
happens.
play that close to keep that close to their chest, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I wanted Olivia, even though sometimes she's like not in her head, she's still... She's going to ask questions before doing anything right now.
Well, this is definitely the stage upon which to do so.
Yep.
Both of you are down in the basement, alone, assuming that the others don't try and peek.
Oh, I'm staring stone cold at that door.
Nibbles, go see what they're doing.
I will eat your rat.
Squeakers, go protect Nibbles.
I will eat him too.
You should probably wait till they have little niblets. That way you can send an army.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, very true. Nibbles, squeakers, go procreate.
Oh, Jesus. Ashley will, after leading Olivia downstairs, will sit in the sitting area of the basement and kind of get real serious with and looking at Olivia.
Olivia's going to be crouching on the table, staring back and forth between Ashley and the door.
Olive,
Yes.
I have a very, very big question for you.
And I have a very big time frame to listen.
Do you know how we can share powers?
To an extent. I don't really understand the full details about it, but I've heard about it.
I was, as long as it's okay with you, would like to learn Obfuscate.
Okay. And what does this entail? What do I have to do and what do you have to do?
I would need to take a drink of your blood, which is very intimate, so that's why I'm being very serious about this.
Ew.
Baby,
You want me inside you? That's weird, Ashley.
They're making out again.
Let's get
No. All right, I'm sorry. I'm joking. So you would have to drink some of my blood to learn Obfuscate.
Yes.
And
What
you would
does-
also have to teach her how to use it out of character.
Yep.
Okay. No, that's okay. And then after that, what happens to you if you drink my blood?
I will be temporarily bonded to you.
I don't like that.
It's
Remind me, Dee. This kind of bond is like for a month she's basically like more inclined to listen to Olivia's requests and things like that.
I have put the second drink into the chat,
Okay.
into the general messages.
So if you're temporarily bonded to me, what's that mean? I know that Alvin has his harem and stuff going on up there, but I don't fully understand it.
Essentially, if say something's happening and you tell me to do something, I'd be more inclined to do it.
That sends a very, almost like a cold, like that cold sick feeling that someone gets in their stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sends that because she doesn't like to manipulate people and she doesn't like to control others. That's weird to her. Why do you need to learn it?
It'd make searching for Connor that much easier. I'd be able to be unseen.
Are you sure you're not a crazy stalker?
I'm telling you.
I'm
This
just
is the villain arc starting right now. This is the villain arc.
I'm not trying to.
You know,
I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to make sure your mental health's okay. I mean, there's only room for so much crazy in the coterie, and I just don't want you falling.
I'm pretty sure I've seen worse things as a Tremere, so just trying to I don't know how to put it. Just clear the air. Maybe.
Okay.
It's not. I know they think that I'm being crazy about it. And sure, the way I've said it didn't sound the greatest, but when I had said that I had the idea of turning him into my ghoul, it wouldn't be against his will. It would be a talk in sense, because I don't know how much he knows about my death.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, can I ask you a question?
Any question you'd like.
If I do this for you, can you do me a favor?
Within reason, yes.
Is there a way that I could start learning a little bit more about vampire society? And you help me with that?
Yeah.
Because I'm really super lost sometimes.
I will hold your hand through the whole process.
Oh, great. You can be my hand warmer. I love it.
Yes, I will be your hand warmer, Olive.
I will teach you. But I'm definitely not using it against you. And I'm going to try to be careful with that.
And that is why I'm asking you and not Pius.
Fair. Plus the warts, right?
Just a little.
Alright.
Out of game real quick, Andrew, why does Death Pact have 10 dots?
What do you mean?
Or one of the necromancy rituals, Death Pact, it has 5 dots. I mean 10 dots. It's for the
Where does it
defunct.
say that at?
In defunct powers. I'm on the White Wolf thing.
It's probably from an older edition. Was it Necromancy Rituals or was it?
Yeah. It's in advanced powers. Like paths, there's the mortuous path and all that kind of stuff. Oh, never mind. It's mixing in the Dark Ages as well. And 20th anniversary edition. Because I also thought about soul exchange. I was like, man, I could soul exchange with someone, but that's 8 dots of whatever it's trying to.
Yeah, there was before necromancy. There was a thing called mortis, which was its own discipline, and that kind of got phased out.
Okay, damn. Okay.
Like, I mean, if you send me a link, I can look at it, but otherwise, nope.
Okay.
No, Ashley. Ashley's bound to the clan as a whole.
Damn.
The only people's deaths that might cause that would be the deaths of the Council of Seven. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, no. She won't be going to Vienna anytime soon.
But if she gets blood bonded temporarily to Olivia, as long as she doesn't drink anything, drink any more from me.
She can't see you either. She would have to go without seeing you to fully fade away the bond.
I did not know that, but
So
okay.
basically, yes, she's going to be at stage 2 towards Olivia for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
Oh.
But you'll note that stage 2 does not make her your slave.
No. Will she still be able to learn obfuscate from me without drinking from me after she does?
She doesn't have to drink from you again, no.
Okay. Alright. Cool. So basically, Olivia does agree to help Ashley with that, as long as Ashley can help her with more knowledge-based stuff about Kindred Society. As long as it's not breaching anything for her or anybody else.
Yep. Sounds like an agreement.
Oh, and she won't use it against you. Try very hard not to.
Yeah, those things that you see are cards from a game. I'm not sure if they don't exist in the actual book anymore.
Okay. So I mainly just need to focus on the sepulcher and bone path.
Yeah, the defense powers are from a completely different thing. Don't.
Okay.
Does Ashley and Olivia join them, or are we doing that?
Ashley would probably do it right then and there.
Okay.
As long as Olivia was okay.
Yeah.
Also, Olivia, don't forget to mark off the 2 blood of this night and the last night,
Oh, that's right.
as well as this another blood point if that Ashley is going to be drinking. So Ashley, add a blood point.
You stole my blood. So
I believe that
3.
means Olivia is hungry.
Oh yeah, very hungry.
Would being bloodbound help in like a if the beast starts to take it over? Can someone that's bloodbound you help tame, like, calm you down more?
No,
Okay.
no.
Sit, boy. I was thinking up like Inuyasha.
No. But yeah, Ashley will.
As a side note, you could also use this to learn dementation if you wished. However, learning dementation gives you a dementation. You can only learn a dementation by being crazy, so you would absolutely gain a dementation if you learn dementation. It's one
You
of the
want to be
rules for it.
crazy?
Yeah, let's stick with just obfuscate.
Don't you wish your boyfriend was crazy like me? Don't ya? No? Okay. That's fair.
But yeah, after Ashley has drank from Olivia, she will make sure she's okay, and then they'll wander back upstairs.
Oh,
I
wait, no.
fixed it for you.
Oh, I was like, wait,
Fixed
yeah,
it
that's
for you.
wrong. I read the second pair. I was like, no.
Yep. Yeah, speaking of which, make sure to go under Bond and Boone, Ashley, and add in the fact you have a blood bond to Olivia.
I was like, wait, I don't have a blood bond to her. She has one to me.
Second drink.
Yep.
The target for her.
She is winning me.
So while the girls are in there, like, having a moment where... And yes, the effects of the kiss, by the way, are still felt. You just have a better ability to resist it as a vampire. So it does feel very good. While they're doing that, what are the guys up to?
No.
You're just pressed against the door.
Jeez. I guess Bias is listening in, and I'm just kind of sorting through paperwork at this point.
Yes, there is someone that you wish to try and contact tonight, and we will get to that soon, I imagine.
I don't hear anything anymore, Alvin.
At that moment, Ashley will shove the door open as hard as possible.
Oh. Ow.
Pervert.
There's a little speck of blood on Ashley's lip, but other than that, all good.
I was just running around.
No, you weren't.
No.
That door was
Also,
heavier
Olivia,
than it
you
should
are
have
very
been.
hungry now.
Alvin, we need to get her some food.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that she's hungry.
You're down to 5 blood. You're very hungry.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose that we should probably handle that then.
Never mind, the rest of y'all already fed tonight.
Yeah, Ashley's still peckish, though.
Ashley had aggravated injuries to heal.
Uh-huh.
Alvin,
Yes.
I'm thirsty.
Why are you thirsty?
I'm hungry.
Why aren't you taking care of yourself?
I was being a depressed Malkavian.
Uh-huh.
Help me.
I'm sure there's some alley with a bum sleeping somewhere we could go drink.
Oh, like Arthur's?
There it is. Where's Arthur?
You're not going to be able to drink my sire's blood, even if you tried.
I mean,
That Arthur.
we could.
You could try. If you succeed,
could
then
try.
by all means.
Oh, actually, we can do this. All we gotta do, hang on. Olivia,
No.
We need to get a stillborn baby.
No.
No.
We are not doing that, Pius.
And then we need to rip the skin off of it and make a mask.
No.
Oh my god.
No. No, no.
Or-
No. You are
I'm
not
gonna
doing
let
that.
you know. Olivia cannot think about anything but hunger. So anything you're saying to her right now is just like all she hears is, you know, like she doesn't hear you clearly.
Blood,
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah, pretty much. So she's not hearing a damn thing outside of she's hungry.
Ooh, we'll make it into a book cover. We'll make the baby skin into a book cover, and we'll have Arthur read from it,
Yes. No.
and he'll be paralyzed and compelled.
Ashley's
to do...
gonna slap her hand over his mouth. Shut up. She's hungry. She doesn't need to hear about babies being turned into books.
Let's just go.
God, I wish.
Where to, dead mother?
I really don't know.
Olivia's gonna start walking out the door.
Ashley's following.
She's hungry. She's not waiting for Alvin.
Yeah, like, I'm ready to go. We could find literally anywhere that, like, works.
She's gonna start going up to the different storefronts, looking in the windows for someone to eat.
Ashley's gonna keep making her
The
walk.
movie rental place is open.
Yeah.
Let's be a little careful about those on this street. Remember, they are kind of associated.
Yeah, but I bet that one tastes like Cheetos.
Olive, come on. Let's keep walking. Keep walking, Olive. She's gonna grab her hand and keep walking.
Ooh, or like Salisbury steaks, just walking around. Oh, good.
Could you not? Jeez, Pius.
I'm a little parched.
Yeah?
Yeah. I could take like a quick sip.
Apparently, your attempt to feed your children was unsuccessful earlier this night.
Uh-oh.
Ashley just needs 4.
Connor.
Pius will wander off and search for a homeless dude.
Yeah.
Okay, Pius, give me a hunting roll. Let's see. What should we do for this one? I'm thinking perception streetwise, maybe? Or wit streetwise? Your choice.
Let's see. No, not wits streetwise. Perception streetwise.
You sure you don't want to use wits? Good.
I could, yeah. I'll do wits and streetwise.
Hunt for the omnoms.
Alright, and roll.
You find a bum in the nearest alley. You don't even have to go very far.
Sweet. He will wave his hand and gesture to Olivia if she's still in view.
But she probably is. I don't think he went that far. She's just running around.
He just goes, "Hey, Olive, over here."
She starts following
Where
where
is a bum
Pius.
trying to huddle against the dumpster?
Like,
Doesn't
like
seem
what?
ghosting you.
Have fun.
Wait. What? Oh. Oh. Okay, she's gonna try drinking from him, but she's not gonna like leave him in a state or anything.
Well, the bum is not really in much of a position to make up much of a resistance, and obviously once her fangs sink in, he's definitely not resisting then. So how much are you going to try and drink?
Just 3. 3's the max to not let impair them, right?
Yep, that it is. However, first, you are hungry, so I'm going to need a self-control check.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Self-control.
Difficulty. One moment. Taste of blood 6.
Okay. Oh! Fuck!
What happened? Oh yeah, you fail. You drink. You drink.
Yeah, we can stop her.
Pius will reach in and grab her by the shoulder and try and rip her off of him.
Alrighty, make a strength brawl check.
Strength brawl, difficulty 6.
Yep.
I'll let Pius go first.
Oh fuck! Thank God.
Do you wish to try and yeah, you would actually try and resist. Do I want to make you roll for it? Yeah, I think I will. Olivia, make a you'll be higher difficulty for you because you're just focused on drinking. So
Okay.
make a strength brawl check, difficulty 8.
8. Wait, is that the line? Yep. Well, it's gonna say grapple hold, but whatever. It's my strength brawl check.
Okay. Pius, you succeed in pulling her off.
Thank
However, because of the fact that obviously she didn't get any successes, so she didn't negate any of your successes. However, she does still drink more than she probably should have in that time. So, Olivia, add 4 blood. But
Okay.
the guy is now in a very off condition. Not
Oh.
enough to necessarily be immediately life-threatening, but not in a good state either.
Which means
Oh.
we should probably drop this guy off to the clinic.
How does Olivia feel coming back into herself as she looks down at the man that she just nearly exsanguinated?
Mortified. She
Roleplay that.
She basically, after Pius pulls her off, kind of just wide-eyed staring at the guy, and just continuously thinking to herself, "I almost killed him. I could have killed him." And
Oh, sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
I'll wait for you. I was going to ask Andrew a question.
Oh well, basically she is mortified that she lost control, and is mumbling to herself like, "I nearly killed him."
What were you gonna say, Pius?
May Pius lean in and offer this guy a deal? I
What do you
could
mean?
removing his soul and then replacing it into a fresh corpse, so he can be eternal.
You're going to try and talk to the guy that is currently unconscious.
Yeah, and then if somehow gravity kicks in and his head nods forward, I'm going to do it.
You're going to try and punt his soul out of his body. You realize you won't have any way to control his soul once you punt it out of the body. That's normally why you need a Wraith's Fetter. Or one of the other paths of the sepulchre path.
So it just leave his body and just go, oh god, just kind of run away.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Olivia's gonna drop down and check him and look up at Alvin and be like, "What do we do?"
We drop him off
Also,
at the
out of
clinic.
character, let me go ahead and just check this. But, Pius, congratulations on pulling her off of him, because if you hadn't, that would have
new
been
zombie.
a humanity check. That would have absolutely been a humanity check if you hadn't pulled her off. Yeah.
For me?
No,
Yeah.
for her.
Oh,
Well,
Save
yeah, no,
her
me.
For a degeneration check.
I was gonna say, yeah. Right now, I'm at the humanity to where like humans aren't really like a concern.
Yeah. It's fine for you, but I mean, if she had drained him dry, she would have been making a degeneration check.
That wouldn't have been cool. That would
Right.
have olive to lose humanity. She's the good one.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So,
Maybe.
I imagine since you intend to drop him off at a clinic, it's time to bundle up in the car and maybe make a phone call while you're at it.
Or
Speaking
who am
of
I calling?
I figured you might want to pursue that one lead you were looking into regarding Leon Maxwell.
Yes, who's the clerk that I need to talk to? Is some lady?
You have gathered some basic information from the time since the raid. You know, thanks to information you have access through the directory, that Maxwell has both an office address and a phone number available. You're also aware of his ghoul and primary personal assistant, Eliza Hopkins, since of the embrace of his previous long-standing PA, Miss Smithings. You know his dealings and portfolio largely deal with docks and associated businesses, on the waterfront. They can't say for certain without looking at any files that may exist. It would be easy enough to assume that this includes both legal and illegal dealings, as been true with large established controlling interests tend to do. He's also the person that the prince, and indeed the local Camarilla at large, go to if they need to acquire something specific that's not easily accessible within the city. As even if he doesn't deal with it directly, he does with those who can. So, Eliza Hopkins.
Eliza Hopkins, alright. And I am aware that there are some issues that have been currently at play.
You're aware that there's probably, based between on Waif and your own sire's warnings, that there's probably others out there that would probably seek to take untoward advantage of this, yes.
I feel like my sire's probably one of those ones that is planning to do untoward advantage to this, but, you know, I have no proof of that, so... yeah, I guess I'll give a ring.
Alrighty then. Yes, hello?
Evening. This is, Alvin Veldrick calling in to see how things have been going for, well, everything considering the absence of your, employer, Mr.
Valdry,
Maxwell.
of relation to Mr. Weymouth?
Of relation, but this is a, uninspired call from him and more a, personal check-in.
I see.
I know that your employers have taken recent leave, and I wanted to make sure that things were going all right.
That's awfully kind of you, Mr. Valdry.
Let's just say I'm an individual who particularly enjoys when things are well-oiled and taken care of, so that way all of society is benefiting.
Out of character, I'd like you to make me your choice of a charisma and etiquette role, or a manipulation and leadership. Difficulty 6.
Alvin sheet. I might already have this. You said
Charisma etiquette or manipulation leadership.
Okay, let me go ahead and change this to etiquette. And we'll just use this. If I can find it. What the fuck? Why is it? Etiquette's a skill, right?
Etiquette is a skill, yes. It's under skill specifically rather than talents.
Okay. So
Remember, it goes talent, skills, and then knowledges.
no, I know. I just was like, why is it not showing up in the list? Oh, there it is. Under drive. Cool. And you said difficulty 6?
Yes.
Considering everything, I'll go ahead and spend a willpower on this.
A good choice. Alright, speaking of which, Olivia, if you were down willpower, go ahead and gain it back, because we're in a new story.
Bam. 3 successes, possible crits, and
That
willpower.
was 4 successes, but yes.
So 5. Because willpower.
Oh, right. You are correct. 5. In fact, that is very good for you. I actually did set like a sort of scaling meter on this one. So, yes. I see. Well, it would be a lie to say aid of some fashion is not needed. I'm sure you can understand my hesitancy. I'm in a rather difficult position, Mr. Bowden.
So I understand. It's kind of difficult when both the master of the house and his apprentice are both unable to be contacted.
Well, in that case, I believe I will hear you out, or at least, provided you can make time for it tonight. I'll send you an address. Will that
Very
be
well.
sufficient?
Absolutely.
As the phone call ends, you are in fact sent an address over the phone.
That said, I will go ahead and take a look at that. But yeah, no, it sounds like I might have things going on today.
Indeed. First, you have to drop a man off at the clinic.
Yes, yes, indeed. So the question becomes, if the rest of the crew wants to pal along, or yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, Ashley would be going anyway.
Olivia's gonna go, but she's gonna be kind of quiet a little bit, and maybe even just putting her head on if Ashley's sitting next to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blood bond, so yeah, she'd be right next to you.
Oh, that's fair. I forgot.
Won't
That's
leave
good.
your side. How adorable.
Man, I want to hang my head out the window, but people will see my face.
Yep. Can't do that. Well,
Can't do that.
the arranged place for your meeting brings you to a largely unassuming warehouse near the docks. Rain overhead fading to a light drizzle as you drove. Near a door from the backside awaits a woman, underneath the all too frail seeming shelter of a black umbrella. There we go. Meanwhile, I assume you exit the vehicle.
Yes.
Well, you made it at least, Mr. Valdry.
Are we?
While I am aware of you
Oh.
from Mr. Maxwell's files, I can't say the same for your associates.
This
Care
is
to
the
make
rest of
introductions?
this is the rest of my coterie. This is start with Olivia. Olivia Foster. Gestures over. Go ahead.
Who's kind of whispering, a sapling bending under far too much weight.
Then we have Ashley Silvano. Gestures over to her.
She'll nod.
And then we have a Pius Brisbane. Kind
Pleasure
of
to meet you, I'm sure.
gesture to each.
Well, we may as well head inside.
Yes. So he'll follow her in.
And in you go. To a lit, but at the moment, completely desolate and abandoned office.
So care to tell the story?
Now, there's not much to tell just yet, other than that I know that both my, boss, my domator, to use short terminology, and his, my previous person previously holding my position, his child, It didn't end up too well after the excursion to deal with the savant.
Indeed. An unfortunate set of circumstances.
And unfortunate that my notes, at least the ones he's left in the event of such an outcome, indicate that he will probably be absent for at least a month.
And
Though
so,
I don't know how long about Miss Smithings.
I guess the question becomes, in this current stage of preparations, what countermeasures were you given by your Domitor in order to prepare for possibilities such as this? I can't believe that he would have left everything unaccounted for.
I wish I could say that, but I think most of his contingencies relied on, at least the ones up to date, relied on Miss Smithings. And she is also out of the picture currently.
I see. Then yes, most unfortunate.
From what parts of his grapevine I have access to, there are those that are making moves, I think, or setting up to make moves. Are you making one?
Not in particular. In fact, I'd like for things to turn out well for everyone. I assume that by the time that your Domitor awakens, he's going to be quite upset if someone's decided to move in on his territory.
That would be putting it mildly, but yes.
I'd prefer to not have these kind of incidents transpire.
In exchange for favors, I assume.
No, mostly I want to make sure that the community that I am partaking in is well managed and well cared for. And your Domitor has been the individual who has held the ports for how long?
In the current state, I believe since sometime in the 70s.
I see no reason for that to necessarily change hands. Least of all to some of the others who are just going to be vultures to claim what honestly they've not worked for themselves.
Are you sure about this? I won't turn aside help, and I think I can even trust you to an extent. Something about you, I guess. But, well, I mean, with all due respect, sir, you are a relative small fish.
That I am.
Burn.
I
What?
mean no insult, of course. I'm just speaking relatively, sir.
I mean, you have the right of it. But the question becomes, who else is going to offer such untethered aid?
Now, regardless of what you say, I do believe there is some measure of a favor exchange for doing this. There was one contingency left by Mr. Maxwell. That may apply here, in which case I could give you some access to the secure documents, under the understanding that they are to be maintained roughly as they are, as best as can be managed until such time as he returns.
He'd nod.
What about the rest of these? Will they also be joining you in this endeavor, or?
Well, my friends, I plan to stick my neck out for a fellow clansman, and there may be others who will try to thwart our attempts or oust his territory from under him during this time. I know each of you have your own personal endeavors, but all I ask is if you happen to hear something down the proverbial grapevine, keep me in touch.
Of course.
Perhaps some divinations or other such surveillance from time to time might be able to keep others apprised up higher on the totem poles. Slip some information where anybody who would try to stick their nose into this developing situation doesn't need to be to the right people. I'm sure the sheriff would not like further division after this recent excursion.
Ultimately, I'm sure it will be a matter of whether or not Prince Woods thinks that way. I'd like to believe the best, but, well, now I'm saying too much.
Well, Prince Wood still owes me a favor. Well, us a favor. So, I think we might be able to swing some favor our way.
Al's character, that is correct. You didn't end up having to burn it on ritually warding the bagel.
Mm-hmm.
So as a team, we still have yet a favor from the prince that we might yet call upon. So if you guys have ideas of things, by all means. And Arthur still owes me a favor in terms of getting contacts for Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, the only price I have to pay is banking that booty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Alvin wants nothing. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that Alvin would want less than to have to spank that booty.
Probably.
Alvin,
imagine it.
leader of cheeks.
Understatement.
I literally just imagine an earthquake if you just hit them and just it reverberating in slow motion.
I don't even know how we got to this point where we decided he had like cheeks that needed spanking. Because
Dave's fault.
There's no.
Him and Arthur, man.
We got there.
I don't know. It was Dave's idea.
Dave, you stand
Sometimes we
accused of high shenanigans. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Jeez.
I love it. All right.
Definitely have to wonder about you guys.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
There we go.
Jeez.
Can you guys hear Daniel?
Yes.
I think I heard him. I don't know what he was doing. I just heard that. I just heard him kind of vaguely.
He's playing a game. He's online.
You just hear him shouting in the background.
By the way, Andrew, I've been thinking about questions and stuff like that. I just,
For your tokens.
yeah, I'm just,
Well, you'll definitely have some time to be thinking on them going forward. I hope you come up with some ideas. I'd love to fit at least one of them in sometime during the next couple sessions.
yeah, I
Just
just want it to make it count because I know they're going to be rare to find, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just throw it out for like, what type of underwear does Arthur wear? You know,
That would be such a waste.
it would. I'd rather not. So I'm trying to come up with something good that's going to progress at least either something for Olivia or something for the coterie in general. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could toss one out and be like, "Where's Connor?" But I'm sure we'll be able to find him a different way.
Yes.
So, but anyway,
Yeah, I could tell you exactly where he is if you wanted to burn one of those on that, but let's hold off on that for at least right now.
yeah, I want to give a little chase to Connor's story, so and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So
I just want to finally get you an Oracle teacher that I've been asking for since freaking chapter 1.
I know, but you can only
Oh
fit
yeah,
so
an
much.
Oracle teacher. Well, we are
Just-
moving into a new book. I'm sure I could work something in.
Can you
I'm
please?
just going to make a note of that. I'm just
If
going to make a
you-
note of that here in my notes for like 3 notes.
If you make a mentor for her, make sure they have a ruler.
Yep.
And they
Yes, and they
hit
slap
her
it
with
in their
it.
hand.
I'm sorry, Steph. I know you like not trying to like pull attention to some of the stuff for you, but I'm just like, Alvin's been asking for this since chapter 1.
I get it. I'm not a good role player, and I'm really not good on the fly, and it makes me nervous. So
I know.
I'm good at bouncing
we all
off of
appreciate
people.
you.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I bounce off of people more than I am to just be able to do it on my own. That's why, like, when
More
Dave says
passenger
something,
you're more a passenger than the driver. Yeah.
yes, I'm better at that than I am just being like, hey, I'm going to take the helm. So that's why it was easy to roleplay.
I used to be like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, if I get better.
We'll start somewhere.
But anyway, I'm good.
In any case, the meeting kind of moves into one of the inner offices where, presumably, spend the next couple hours of the night going over some documents that have been apparently cleared through some sort of contingency for you to peruse. Through them, you get the following as a general idea. Through a combination of subsidiaries and shell companies and a number of falsified legal personas and middlemen, Maxwell has his hands involved in pretty much anything going on through Seattle's sea intake of goods, people, and anything else. Directly, it's mostly shipping. Sometimes things that need to fall through the cracks for one discerning kindred or another. Indirectly, knowingly or not, most of the criminal groups operating through the area pay some kind of tribute or tax to the man, as well as favors, though few interact with him directly. Sometimes it's kindred themselves. Moving between cities is often something that must be done with care for a vampire. Maxwell has ties and hands involved with the West Coast network managing this sort of thing, at least for kindred moving between coastal cities. It's not nearly as big as the Camarilla's operations centered in New York on the East Coast, but it is considerable nonetheless.
So
Out of
basically,
character,
Maxwell
a
is
canon
the,
story
like,
point is that New York City is kind of like the primary hub of movement between the continents.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, that, does make sense. It sounds like this guy is basically like the mafia of Seattle, though. least-
Not really, but the mob that is any sort of organized crime that is in Seattle he's probably profiting indirectly off of it in some fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
But primarily, he is the acquisitions man,
Mhm.
or the Camarilla of Seattle.
So what would Alvin have to do in order to keep this ship basically afloat during this?
Throw that neck.
Well, one, keeping up with the books.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there are occasions where Mr. Maxwell has needed to meet in person with individuals. You could substitute for him in that sense. Judging by his use of middlemen, it wouldn't be the first time he's used someone else for those tasks.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, giving the appearance that there is still someone behind the helm, rather than allowing it to list, would be the primary thing you would need to take care of. And that's assuming, and that's without anyone making any overt or covert actions against the established holdings.
Right.
Which they probably will. That's another matter altogether. In fact, it will probably come up during your time skip interludes of next session.
Mm-hmm. It's the other mentality of, like, Alvin's looking to, like, learn what he can about the region doing this. Not so much to take over, but to get an eyesight on things. The inflows of Seattle, the outflows of Seattle.
An inside look, yes.
Mm-hmm. Because, like, he has some aspects of distribution that he has to deal with for the bagel, but it's very small scale, very small potatoes. Having an idea of how the kindred blend into industry as a whole, not just for, blending in, but also integrating themselves within mortal society is also important.
Indeed, especially once you eventually move on to bigger shoes. Whether you choose to do that or not, having the knowledge of how that works would definitely be useful down the line.
So that's mostly what Alvin's like looking to get out of this, is more so to, one, lend assistance, and two, get experience. That way, if Maxwell decides to call upon future assistance for whatever reason, Alvin's already somewhat informed.
Indeed. Still, that will eat up most of the rest of the night, but there will be some hours left. Which begs the question, where will you head next?
Good question.
An abortion clinic.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Why do you want a stillborn baby that much?
I want to paralyze a sire.
Well, we're not
Do
doing
you
it
even have a
tonight.
ritual that required for that?
I think so.
Pious doesn't.
Well, I mean, what are your list of rituals at this point? I mean, you got 5 of them, I believe. Actually, you have more than 5. You just have this ultra path one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Would
You have 2 level 1 rituals and then 1 of each of the others. So,
question for you there, David. Wouldn't that ritual need to be something that would be done fresh, so that way, like, it actually holds power? Because I don't think we're actually going to go paralyze him tonight.
Call the living mind, the caster.
I'm trying to get a sense of like what you're after. Like, I get you have this ritual. I just didn't know if it's like something that could like
theoretically
linger for
you could
years.
use that. You could use that ritual with like a pat with like the freshly removed foreskin of an infant. That's
I
still
could.
a patch of skin.
I
Use
very
it if I get access to a hospital's like maternity ward.
and get some foreskin. We got an objective.
Oh goodness.
No, well, the reason why I wanted to do that is because I don't want to have it for like a right now situation. I want to keep this item in case we need to like question
Hey guys, I'll
someone.
be right back in a minute or 2. I need to go get a steak.
Yep. No,
Okay.
you're good. No,
Yep.
That's why I was asking Dave. Is like, does this material have to be fresh for the ritual to work? Just like we ran into the issue of like
Not
the
necessarily
corpse
out
you
of
needed.
character, and he can get that from he can get an oil from his teacher that allows it to be preserved.
No, I hear ya. It just we were looking at your rituals before and realized that there were a couple that required freshly buried bodies or things of, or like recently dead individuals.
Yeah, for like my attack zombies and stuff.
Yeah, so that's why I was
Or-
like trying to figure out, you know, whether or not that material needed to be freshly picked and harvested.
It needs to be fairly new. It doesn't need to be like right fresh off the body.
Okay.
It needs to be like fairly new, like not rotting.
Sure.
And it has to be from like I think an infant.
Yep.
But in doing so, it will paralyze them and they can't move or anything, and they're compelled to answer any question truthfully, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Certainly a very cool, you know, ritual. Is just, like I said, you know, trying to make sure that I, you know, I have an idea, because I don't plan on trying to see Arthur anytime soon.
Yeah, no, it wasn't who. Someone was trying to kill someone. Anna was trying to kill higher up dude.
Lucio Giovanni.
Yeah, and I figured that'd be a great, like, if she could get, like, have him toast, like, some type of cup that I could put this thing on, or fashion a cup out of this, then he would be paralyzed instantly, and she could just either feast on him or ask him questions first, and then just stomp his neck out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be, like, an easy way to get her
That
objective.
would require for her to share with you. Tends to do that.
Yeah,
would.
which she hasn't.
She did.
Yeah, I was there at the graveyard.
Yeah.
Well, no, she said last session when she was talking to us about Connor, she also mentioned the whole like Giovanni thing of like, you know, she plans on eating Lucio.
Yes, and
Oh, sorry.
yeah, we had the means to do so, and then yeah. That's pretty much that was my goal of doing that whole ritual thing, is to help out Ashley. for that type of situation. As for the barrel rolling in a rotting corpse, that is for my own defensive purposes. I want to be able to disintegrate someone with age.
That'd be so cool.
But that'd be something where we'd have to know we're going against like the big baddie or something, or we have like a suspicion that something crazy is about to go down, to where we have to like really fight. Because I don't want to walk around just soiled in guts and bile.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking that you will not smell like wet dog, you'll smell like rotting corpses.
Mm-hmm. Just a dumpster of skunks.
Oh, who's a good pies? Were you rolling in the dead bodies again?
He just like, yeah, I was.
You guys are goofballs.
Nimble squares are like, help me now. We like trash, but not this. There's some pretty neat stuff you can do with Beastkin too.
Thank you, by the way. This is pretty awesome. You got a good deal on the steak, right? Out of character. Sorry about that. I forgot I wasn't muted.
No,
Good.
Alright.
Was that your dad?
Stepdad, yeah.
Nice.
Has Ashley told Olivia about her wanting to diablerize,
She hasn't told anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that
okay.
she's told anybody. The only
Oh,
person
okay.
she
No.
was
No
told,
other than Dr. Thorne.
she only told Dr. Thorne, and that was in the car after the cemetery.
Okay.
She
Because I know
because she
I know
had
I
the,
wasn't there.
She had the wraith around her for so long, and once that wraith was gone, she told the first person in front of her was Dr. Thorne, because she knows
Okay.
Dr. Thorne can make it happen, and
Okay.
she's done being taken advantage of. Beyond done, she's been done, but like she's the taste of someone trying to take advantage of her again made her very sour inside. Because
That's fair.
It's not the first time, and she's not happy with it.
Well, we got a homemade steak dinner here at the house.
That
Nice.
sounds good. Nick,
What?
for Alvin, has Alvin... What does Alvin know about his, sire? I know he doesn't like his sire.
We still have yet to go into the full-blown dive into everything that Arthur's got his hands mixed in.
Do you
Alvin
know...
knows that he owns the tower within Seattle, and that he has a fairly wide...
Union Square.
Yep. Union Square. And he has his, he's a businessman, but he's also a retired military man, so he's not, someone to necessarily be underestimated.
Okay. And Dave, what's your character going for with all the necromancy? Anything?
There's two things. I want to get some. I want to be able to like mess around with like the fluctuation of like souls and zombies, but I also want to raise my animal kin to like level 10 to get Army of Beasts, so that I can control many animals within a mile range while still controlling my own body.
Okay.
Everything above 5 dots requires you to be a certain generation.
I mean, me and Pius are higher generation,
We
or
are.
lower generation, so I guess the question is, how low do you have to go?
Yeah, what would I have to be to get to level 10? Would I have to be like pretty low?
You can't get to 10. You're never going to get to 10.
Oh,
10 is the domain of the antediluvians.
okay.
Yeah, controlling all animals within a mile, that is a plot device. 10 dot powers are plot devices.
Okay.
They are the literal blood gods, so to speak. Discipline levels 1 through 5 are available for anyone at 8th generation and higher, so like 13th generation through 8 is 5 dots. 7th generation unlocks 6 dot powers. 6th generation unlocks 7 dot powers. 5th generation unlocks 8. 4th unlocks 9. And yeah, obviously the antediluvians, so here, 3rd generation are 10 dots.
Translation. This power is beyond the scope of this adventure. Please wait until endgame.
And yeah, mainly just to have like zombies and stuff and mess with souls.
Okay. I'm trying to.
And there are the lowest generation. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you what the lowest generation currently live in Seattle, but there are a number that are 7th or lower.
Yeah, so that means that for us 8th gens, we could be at 6 dots, but that's it.
No, 5 dots.
Oh, okay.
You have to lower yourself to 7th generation.
Oh,
You
okay,
have
okay.
access to 6 dots.
And how do you do that? By killing someone at a lower or drinking them?
Diablerie.
Mhm.
Diablerie is the only option for you.
Yep.
Which we have to get permission for, or be sneaky.
Yep.
And sanctioned diablerie is incredibly rare.
Yep.
And usually
Alright.
it's quite secret.
Time to load up Dr. Thorne's whole setup there with a bunch of different bodies. Let's do it. Alvin, you supply the car, we'll supply the bodies. Just give us a bunch of steaks.
Also note that diablerie, being one success, regardless of success, is an automatic humanity loss. No degeneration roll.
Alright, guys, you're on your own.
Because Olivia's not down for that shit. Fair.
I mean, you are literally eating someone's soul, so yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want zombie dogs.
Well, I
Then I
think it
won't
would.
be able to claim no animals were harmed in the making of this campaign.
God damn. I
No,
think
we-
Olivia. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Let's say Olivia and I can just joyride around in a car through urban districts. We'll find a few dead cats or dogs.
Oh, I ran over one. Sorry, guys.
No, that's fine.
No, it's fine. It works.
Nope, that's perfect. And he just gets out and scrapes up with the shovel.
Gross.
That'd be fun.
Y'all are goobers.
I mean, I can raise zombies
I
that
believe
attack.
the last time the Elder Powers came up was when Olivia was actually, or Steph was asking about Aspect 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her she'd have to eat someone that was at least 7th generation.
Yeah, Olivia would do diablerie as long as the person that she's diablerizing is, I guess, worth it. I don't know how to put that.
Man, it's been a minute since I've seen what Lynette's up to.
Has it?
It has.
Really? I thought it was just like the other day in game. Like it might not have been like.
Sorry, what was that? I was chewing.
I can't remember when the last time Pius saw Lynette. Was it like a few days ago? Was it within the week?
Definitely within the
One
week.
moment. Definitely within the week. One moment, I need to look at my notes.
Has he seen her since he made zombies?
Damn it! I
No.
forgot about my
No, he has
cold
not.
read.
Okay.
What
I could have fucking used cold read on the werewolf.
That would make
Could have, yes, but you missed the opportunity. You
Yeah,
really need to remember that. It's only for the first meeting.
I know.
Question: doesn't she have common sense?
Yes.
So, by all rights, technically, could she not have gotten a tip from her, neighborhood-friendly DM?
Yep.
Mm.
Well,
I'll allow it, but only for one question.
well,
What is
I
your
don't-
name?
I already know. It's, I don't know. I don't want to break the
What was his
rules.
intentions?
I'm not breaking the rules.
Well, it feels like I should have used it when I met him, and honestly, that's my fault.
I said I
know.
would allow it, but I would keep it to a minimum of one question. I mean, a maximum of one question.
There's been a lot of times where Nick has let Anna and I get those little scrape bys because we were just new to it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we've been away for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Also, common sense is literally the in-game mechanical thing of me letting you get away with it. So, you know.
Yep.
Okay, fine. Fine. Now I gotta come up with a question.
Sailor Moon or Power Rangers?
Oh, no. No.
Hold on, give me. Let me
Both
think
of
for a
them
second.
relevant to our time frame.
True. Not even a lie there.
Man, if Pius was like a Power Rangers fan, he'd be fucked up right now trying to make a lifelike Zord out of just amalgamation of animals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I think I might have one. My brain. Okay, can I ask what his personal goals are within the territory?
You may.
Yes. Good question.
I had to think because I don't know how the werewolves work in here, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, no, that's a great question. Cause like, what is a werewolf doing here?
And then one willpower point. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And why can't we be hybrids? Bite me now!
Doesn't work that way.
Nope.
I
You're
know.
born a werewolf.
Make werewolf babies with me. Oh wait, no, I'm dead. Never mind, that doesn't
You're
work.
dead.
Now, can you blood
And even
buy
if you were, even if you weren't dead, it would be a guarantee. Most werewolf children are born as kinfolk instead of werewolves.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee. It's like I think it's like 1 in 5, or like there's other things that can affect it. Like your background makes it more likely, but it's not guaranteed. The only time a werewolf child is guaranteed is when both the mother and father are werewolves, but that is against the litany, which is like their traditions.
Yeah.
Because the child is a metis, which is like this deformed thing.
Then how do more werewolves get made?
By having children with kinfolk or with regular people, the chance is less. Like I said, they get born as kinfolk, which is basically like mortals that are very like the werewolf, like I guess gene, in them. Which are normally used by as like the helpers in a lot of way, or werewolves. Because they do have some inbuilt gifts by being kinfolk, like, for example, being immune to the delirium. Delirium is what happens when a werewolf changes into its like war form. Like all the mortals nearby go mad and make up their own thing about what happened afterward.
Oh, excuse me.
Anyway, I'm waiting.
Oh wait, what?
You asked
She asked
if
you
you
your
could ask
question.
about it, but you didn't actually ask it.
Oh. Yeah, no, I guess just like, yeah, what his personal goals are just in Seattle, if he has any. Mac.
And cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Well, you technically didn't ask for his name, so you don't actually know his name. It's just there because the office had put it there.
That'll come later. That's not important to me right now.
Mr. Cheesy Dog.
If I run into him again, I'll be like, "What's your name?" And then be like, "Yeah, I heard this from Pius. Mac and cheese."
Yeah, Cheesy Dog. Smelly cheese.
Cheesy dog.
His personal goals in Seattle involved looking after his pack, and particularly the pack's current goal of investigating the actions of a Pentex startup in the area.
Okay.
Pentex is a major global corporation that has loads of subsidiaries and at least one fast food branch called Otoli's.
What? We're not going to have competitors at the Daily Bagel.
I'll just go in there and eat all their food.
That's what we'll do. We'll go in there and give them so much goddamn money for their food that we'll eat them out of business.
Otoli's is basically the World of Darkness version of McDonald's in a sense.
And they're landowners? McDonald's,
in any case,
biggest real estate agent.
he and his pack are investigating the actions of a Pentex startup in the city, and he is looking after his pack, as he is their alpha. So, that's what he does. As to why he was at the arcade, well, everyone's got their foibles. He kind of likes the noisy machines.
Okay. So bring a baby rattler with me. Got it.
Why would you
Like
bring
that?
a baby rattler with you?
If you can shake it and throw it. Get it, boy.
Yeah.
I think he would just claw me to death. No. Okay. That sounds good.
Now I'm going to have to put that as a side plot in book 3.
How would a elder werewolf fare up against an elder vampire? Would it be like quite the spectacle, or would it be very one-sided?
Well, that would also depend heavily on the elder vampire in particular, because vampires, they can be very different. They can have specialties that are very different in combat.
Let's say
That
Lynette
said-
versus Mac.
Lynette would escape, but she wouldn't win
Okay.
because she would just go into the Shadowlands.
Ooh, Pius can do that.
Not yet.
Well, he can walk into a brick wall and then think he does it. Wait, no.
Remember-
Can't I go into the
remember-
Shadowlands?
Remember Lynette's story. She can go into there just by doing something. The only reason she went in the way she did was so she could let you come in with her. Yes, she is a wraith in vampire skin.
I swear Pius could go into the Shadowlands.
You did, but because you were wearing a twerk while she used one of her powers. You yourself, I don't think, have that power. Or maybe you have a ritual that'll let you do it, but
Yeah,
ritual.
I have to stab myself
It's
in the
kind of hard
chest.
to do a ritual when a werewolf is about to tear out your throat.
It's true, and I wouldn't have an obsidian blade and a big pool of water. I've read really deep into the rituals of necromancy, but I'm not quite certain on what all I can use. other than the
You can
bone
only use
path
the ones you
stuff.
know, which bone path isn't rituals. Necromancy paths are powers unto themselves. Rituals are a separate thing.
I mean, I'm
You
not
have
gonna
six-
5 though.
Yeah, and that means you have access to the rituals you know, which based on the house rules is the ones you've gained for free. If you want to start learning more besides the ones you've gained for free, either you gain more for free by getting more necromancy powers, or you actually put in studying time, like Ashley does.
Oh, okay.
You can look it up in the house rules. It's somewhere near the bottom. On learning rituals.
Okay.
But for that, you would have to set aside a portion of your night where you're basically spending a couple hours with Lynette every night.
Mm-hmm.
Which is totally plausible. You'll just have to budget that in. Speaking of which, where are people going for the last few hours of the night?
Pius is probably gonna go. I don't know.
Last few hours of the night? That's a good question.
I want to talk to Ashley more about what she wants me to help her with outside of obfuscate. If I can help her with anything, I guess.
Ashley'd be up for that.
Yeah.
Before they go back to their respective places. Because then after that, Olivia will just go back to the Devil's
You know
Footstool.
what? You could probably be doing that in a private corner of this office while Alvin is perusing documents. So go ahead.
Oh, true. So Olivia's gonna go up to Ashley. Well, Ashley's probably already next to her.
Probably.
And basically just go, hey, you wanna go discuss more of the plans to find Connor?
Yeah, there's probably a quiet conference room or office around here.
Okay. So I guess they're gonna go. They probably find one, and Olivia closes the door and goes to the head of the table and be like, "I called you in for this meeting because I want a donut."
Well, I can't help you with a donut, but I'm sure we can get a bagel from Alvin's place.
Long as it's an everything bagel, I do not object.
I'm sure we can do that.
But Olivia sits down and kicks her feet up on the table and says, on a serious note, what can I help with outside of obfuscate?
Ashley will just kind of shrug and be like, I'm a little stumped on how to do this. I mean, I've given you the list of what I kind of was thinking, but it's going to be a lot of stalking at first to figure out where he's at least from a distance. I mean,
So
I've got my scrying, so I can continue scrying and see if I can find him that way again.
Mm-hmm.
It might be hard because it was already hard the first time. I've got my illuminated prey, but if he stops or he goes in water, it can break. It's gonna be hard.
That's fair. Is there anything I could collect? Anything that I could just, worm my way into? I don't know what type of stuff you have. So I'm guessing you only have that one little location that you've seen him in.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize anything. I mean, I've been quite a few places in this town, but it's still a really big town. And I know he had lots of secret places when we were alive that I'd never been to.
Yeah. I wish there was a way that I could have seen the scrying and see if I could recognize anything in it.
We can always try again.
I mean, I'm game for it. Maybe this time we'll find something. One of us, at least.
Maybe he moved to another area that's recognizable.
Perhaps. Honestly, that's all I can think of.
Mm-hmm. Just
Since you weren't there for the session that I announced that, I'll go ahead and let you know, Steph. I learned after the fact, much after the fact, that you can't use Auspex for the scrying bowl.
Yeah, Anna told me about that, and I was like, damn it.
yep.
I was like, that sucks. That was such a good move. But that's okay. We'll figure out something. No.
Obviously, we're not retconning what's already happened, but no, I won't allow it going forward.
Yep.
That's fair.
But
now I'm kind of like...
Doesn't mean that Olivia can't be a second set of eyes that might recognize something.
True. I mean, she lived in Seattle for a little bit, too, with... in her apartment, and wasn't technically in the same area as Ashley. She was more up. So... maybe she could find... Maybe if Connor's in an area around there where she lived, maybe she could be like, haha, I know that place. That was the dildo place.
Yeah, there it is.
But, I don't know. I would definitely, try the scrying thing again. See if we can find anything, and then, if not, I will go outside and yell to the rooftops, Connor! Your ex-stalker wants you!
I switch
Damn.
That would be probably hard to do, Olivia, because there's a lot of Connors in the world. It's kind of a common name.
Anyone
Connor that
knows
jumps off buildings.
that breaks his bones and morphs back into himself.
And that would be a masquerade breach. Let's not do that either.
Damn it!
Daredevil Connor! Daredevil Connor!
Do you think if we put the Batman symbol up in the air, that'll get his attention?
Floppy parkour Connor.
No, but that kind of lines up with my list, is to, once I find where he's at, trying to leave a sign for him to... Because I don't know what kind of people he hangs out with now.
Yeah.
He... Obviously, I didn't recognize any of the people that he was with, so if they were people that were recognizable, we probably would have seen them, within the prince's parties. And didn't recognize any of them, so don't know. Yeah, which is a little concerning.
I wish I could get into your mind and see what you saw. And I don't know if that's possible with telepathy.
Well, there is a power handout. You could read it.
No.
Is that in... Oh, that's an aspect. So, let's see. Telepathy. The vampire projects a portion of his consciousness into a nearby mortal's mind, creating a mental link. Yep, I know that. This is on the vampire abilities. About him knowing. The player rolls intelligent subterfuge, projecting thoughts into the target's mind. Upon success, the subject recognizes that the thoughts come from somewhere else other than his own consciousness. To read minds, once success must be rolled for each item of information plucked of each layer of thought appears. Deep secrets or buried memories are harder to obtain than surface emotions or unspoken comments, requiring 5 or more successes to assess. So apparently it is possible, but that's buried memories and stuff. If you're actively thinking about it, maybe I could still see it.
Maybe?
You do not know.
The character may expend a willpower point to make the effort, making the roll normally afterwards.
Ashley has a lot of willpower. Just saying.
I mean,
Yeah,
she
I
wouldn't,
know.
but she wouldn't fight her because she's already bloodbound to her too.
And I'm not
No,
looking.
Not bloodbound, but
No.
you are partly bloodbound.
Yeah, she wouldn't fight, and if she was gonna, she would let Olivia
I would
read
at
it.
most apply the blood bonds, like difficulty reduction for certain rolls to this, which would be a -1. So
And Olivia would.
difficulty 9.
Olivia would ask Ashley. She wouldn't just do it. And she's not looking for buried memories. She's just wanting to see that one snippet.
Yeah, but the problem is the reading thoughts with telepathy does not commonly work upon the undead mind. A
That
character
is
may spend a
true.
willpower point to make the effort, though.
True.
So you have to spend a willpower point as well to make use it on it.
So it's possible, but it's hard.
I would do it. I would still do it.
Intelligence subterfuge, difficulty 8, and you must spend a willpower point to try.
Okay.
But first you have to ask her because it's the in-character.
That's right. I didn't ask you yet. Ashley, can I use my telepathy just to see that memory? You'd have to be actively thinking about it. I'm not looking for anything else but the scrying. It'd be kind of me invading your personal mind space.
As long as you're okay with a fucked up mind, go for it.
I think Pius being fucked up on his necromancy has done a lot tonight.
Fair.
So,
That's fair.
okay. So intelligence, subterfuge. Go to my dice. And difficulty 8.
Ooh.
2 successes. I only needed 1 to see her surface stuff, but doesn't she have to roll against it? To see if she... I don't know.
Nope. That's only when you're trying to project thoughts into her head and for her to suss out where those are coming from.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
If
Yeah,
she-
no.
She's being...
I'm just trying to see that. Sorry, Ashley, what?
Subterfuge, difficulty 8. Yeah, you definitely pass. You're able to you're able to view that memory.
Nice.
Or at least parts of it, anyway.
I just see his bones crunching, and that's all I get.
No,
Like
no,
over.
you're able to do more than that.
Okay. He's just like... I'm like, oh, god damn it. I don't know if I would... Do I have to make a roll to see if I recognize anything in that area?
Where in Seattle have you been?
So she lived in Upper Queen Anne's?
Which is where?
Up here.
It's
I can't...
right here.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
So she would have been
And where
around.
else?
So basically, I'm pretty sure she would have been around, like around here. Come on. Here, and then like up here.
Nope, doesn't look like that from that.
Damn
end.
That sucks. Because Ashley knows, like, down in the Rainier area. She knows downtown. That's where she lived after she moved out.
Yeah.
Where's the Rainier area?
Rainier, hold on. I gotta figure it out for this map. Let me look at our regular map. Hold
This
on.
map isn't exactly the full zoomed out map. It's, you know, so.
Hold on. Let me pull up a map.
Ida, not now.
Is Rainier Beach.
That's the dog, right?
Yeah.
The one piddling everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That would be. Ooh, it's like. Okay, let me compare it to that map. It is way. It's actually like south of here, outside the map.
Damn.
Well, you can definitely use that former knowledge to know that it is definitely somewhere on the south half of Seattle.
Well, that's good.
Okay. Well, damn. Sorry.
Narrowed some places down.
Yep. Yeah, because basically
So
if you
just
fall.
cross those areas off the list.
Yeah, that
Just
that
search over there.
white road right in here, that would lead down into Rainier area, the Rainier Beach area.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. Well, at least we narrowed something down for you.
Yeah. So
That's what the girls were up to. What about the lads?
I've been
Bias,
doing
what are your
paperwork this
plans
whole
for the rest of the
time.
night? Yeah, you've been doing paperwork this whole time. Bias, what are your plans for the remainder of the evening?
He's gonna wander off to the pawn shop and grab some silver bangles. Hopefully being able to obfuscate with his mask to,
You'll have to spend a blood, though, to make yourself at least appearance 1.
that's fine.
Other than that, I won't require a roll.
Okay, blood point spent.
You acquire the 2 remaining bangles you need to outfit the rest of your coterie.
Yep, and he'll put all of them on his wrist till he meets back up with them.
Just fair.
By the time you return, the girls have come out of their room, and Alvin is still reading.
Man, I have been gone for like 15 minutes, and you guys are just now finished your conversation, and you're still studying?
Dude, I understand. There's so much in this paperwork. This man's got deals all across Seattle and then abroad. It just...
Do you want help?
Do I sense a little bit of envy in this?
No, not envy at all. It's just... You ever have to study for a test and understand that failing said test is probably going to ruin things for you down the line?
No.
Yeah, that.
So what are you looking for, Alvin?
I'm mostly just making sure that I can fit the shoes that this, well... This man's been running this since the 70s. And this is just about every bit of, well, interaction the ports have had in ages.
Oh, man.
Whatever information you're trying to find, what does that entail for you? Like, what are you going to do with this information?
Oh, I'm gonna learn.
Okay.
You do understand that having an insight into the in and outs of the ports and anything else in between for what happens with Seattle, like, this gives us insight into the kindred society on a level that, you know, you're not just going to get from walking the streets. This is the actual, like, inner workings of business, both mortal and kindred.
Smart guy stuff.
Yep.
I smell rich privilege.
It's not even rich privilege. Think of it this way. You can look at a vehicle, or you can look at a complicated piece of technology nowadays, and just sit there and marvel at the thing that it does, but not actually know how it works, right? This is a look into how it works. If you know how it works, then you can make it so that way your life is a lot easier.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, you know, they're expecting favors out of this. I'm more so just... We keep running into instances where the elder vampires have information above our heads because we don't understand the way that our society works. This is one element of that can now get cleared up, so we know what toes not to step on, who's got their hands where, and better avoid future faux pas.
That's fair. Well, I can already tell you, we already know where Pius's hands are.
We don't need to know the graveyard he's visited recently.
Just your sire's ass.
Oh, goodness.
Actually, guys, all this talk about inner workings and things working and how the machine works got me thinking about how much I've forgotten about myself. I'm gonna kind of head back to my den and work on a watch for a little while and just kind of think.
Okay.
Are you going to give him the bangles before you leave?
Oh, right, yeah. My conscience is very good at reminding me things. But I forgot to give you these that I ran out and got.
Oh, thanks.
Make sure you wear them when you come knocking on my door.
They're so pretty.
Well, you're welcome. They're gonna keep your heads on your shoulders when you come to my den.
What's that entail? Like, if we don't wear these?
My zombies will tear you apart.
Oh, okay. Wearing bangle forever.
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. And he sticks his 2 fingers up and waves and heads out the door.
Are you heading to your own haven, or are you heading to the Warrens?
I'm gonna head to the Warrens, to my room in the Warrens.
Where all the clocks are.
Yeah.
Excellent. Of course, you're not going to make it to your den without being intercepted.
Do I get tackled or Oh yeah, I'm getting tackled.
Where have you been?
Oh God, Cassandra! Oh, I thought you were gonna be Belle. Oh.
Shit. Oh, you care more about your sister than you do about your dear mother. This is just ridiculous.
No,
You know
not
how
in that
worried I
way.
have been?
I braced for a tackle, and I'm glad that I'm not gonna get that, and I'm gonna get more of a mother scolding than a tackle into a cold brick wall.
I had to rely on Donovan to let me know you were even still unalive. Goodness.
Sorry.
Never would have expected this from you.
I should have sent Nibbles or Squeakers to... Wait, you can talk to animals, right?
Of course I can talk to rats. Sheesh.
Ah. Well, I don't know if you've truly met these two. Nibbles and Squeakers. Meet my mom.
She will chitter at them for a moment. This doesn't get you out of trouble. You're in so much trouble, young man.
And Pius will grab her and give her a hug.
This doesn't get you out of it either.
And I'm glad you worry about me. And he will make his way towards his room.
Well, someone has to. Goodness, she will follow you the whole way. Just kind of nag you, but in that motherly way. It does not, however, save your door, or what's left of it, from being absolutely smashed when Belle comes calling later that evening. You will now need to replace that door.
Oh, jeez. Door number 2. Down the drain.
Down the drain, indeed. Fortunately, getting doors replaced is easy.
Oh, Pius will probably just get like ropes and the beads. Slowly start making it less of a door, so he can figure out a way to where he won't have to replace anything.
Probably a wise investment.
I gotta ask, and this is a mean question. Pius, do you break Alvin's door because of the fact that your door consistently gets broken down by your sibling?
He's been breaking your door longer than that has actually been going on.
This is true. Pius has been breaking things in the bagel way longer, but very good observation.
I'm starting to think that Nosferatu just like breaking doors.
Yes.
So we are coming to the end of the evening. How did the rest of you three retire?
I don't know how far we are, but Olivia might just walk home. Or back to the Devil's Footstool.
Wow, you are a fair bit away. It would take a very long time to walk.
I could just drop you off too. Like, that's okay.
Hey, but don't make me look uncool in front of everybody. Just drop me off a couple blocks away, okay, Ma?
Wow.
Ashley would.
I like how the two edgy characters have to leave without anyone seeing them with, like, Alvin and Ashley.
Ashley would walk home. She'll call a ride about halfway if she needed it. She's got 3 phones. She'll be fine.
Man, we're all kind of in our own, like, thoughts. I don't think the group's ever, like, departed with, like, heavy-weighted minds.
Well, heavy shit happened.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Done putting up with all of y'all.
I was like, wait a minute, a night where they're going home and I get the bagel to myself? Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, if like y'all are just declining his rides and stuff, then he's just gonna chill at the business for a while until like it's close for him to go back to the bagel to rest. Like, if everyone's just like, no, we don't want to be seen with you, it's just alright, fine, I don't have to. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Olivia catches a night bus back to where she needs to go, I guess.
That's fair.
Like, I got no problem taking people back to their destinations, but everyone's just too cool to be seen with Alvin, it seems.
Yeah, I guess it's just like hate on the Den Mother Day.
Oh.
No, I think all the ducks are in their feels and they just don't want to burden Alvin with those at the moment. He's buried into his thoughts and work.
Also, by the way, I put Pentex, the link for Pentex in the general messages.
Okay.
Thank you.
They're kind of like one of the overarching werewolf baddies, so, you know.
Oh, nice.
In any case, time for experience. Obviously, you get your base, you get your role playing. So now on to Pius. What did you learn tonight?
I think I'm gonna have to forego go this. I don't think Pius had any type of learning experience. This might be my first forego.
Sure, you don't even want to make a random grab in the dark?
Well, actually, no. Pius did learn something today. He learned seeing, I guess, like when Olivia started going into that bum and couldn't let go. Like, he never really had to actually like treat Olivia in that manner before. So he kind of learned something about himself when it comes to like friends, and like he thought he could just let her kill him, but he still leapt in and pulled her off. So there's still some remaining humanity they didn't realize was there.
I'll allow it. Ashley, what did Ashley learn tonight?
He's a stalker.
She knew that already, but
I'm just messing with you.
That being bloodbounded is a little complicated when you're a Tremere.
Normally I wouldn't, but I think I'll allow it just because you are in fact now bloodbound. Or at least partly bloodbound to something outside from the clan itself.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin, what did Alvin learn tonight?
I'm learning all sorts of fun things today.
I mean, I would allow you to just say, I'm learning about kindred, like, no.
I'm learning all about the dock, and it's literally like, you know, this is the one time that Alvin, like, it's a broad category. Alvin's getting to see the underworkings of, like, trade and, like, dealings behind Maxwell's stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. You were gonna get the learning experience regardless.
Yeah, this whole episode was him just sopping up information.
Yep. Olivia, what did Olivia learn tonight?
Olivia learned a lot tonight. She learned about werewolves in Seattle and a little bit about the motivations that they have. She learned...
At least this one has, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, specifically the one that she ran into. She learned about Pius's necromancy. Ashley found Connor, or at least kind of knows that Connor's close by. She knows that Alvin's looking for something with Maxwell. She learned that she really needs to keep up on her feeding, because she almost killed someone.
All right, well, that will be a learning experience for you too. So that brings us to MVP. Olivia, who's your MVP?
That's good. Okay. I'm gonna choose Ashley on this one. No, because Pius. I like that Pius pulled Olivia off of the bum and saved her for that. I also want to but Ashley trusted Olivia with the blood bond, so I think I'm gonna choose Ashley on this one.
Yeah, that one was big.
Yeah, that's a big
All right. That's one
thing.
for Ashley, and yes, that would be a tough decision for you. Alvin, who's Alvin's MVP? Which of your children tonight was least disappointing?
I'm going to pass.
Why? Were
I'm
we all
going.
disappointing?
I'm going to abstain.
Hey, I almost did for the learning thing.
All right, Ashley. Ashley, who's Ashley's MVP?
Probably. Pious? I think Pious.
Okay, why?
He just had way too many fucking jokes today.
Fair enough. Bias, who's your MVP?
I was also gonna say Ashley for the blood binding thing, and no, yeah. That was a cool scene. I liked the blood binding scene. So I guess I can't go to both. Who does it? I can't. I want to do both of them because also
Well,
fun.
either way, it's, I guess
and then
that
pertain to them
that would
both.
make it two for. Even if you could, that'd be two for Ashley and only one for Olivia. So I will give the MVP to Ashley this evening.
Mm-hmm.
3 experience for everyone except for Ashley, who will get.
I wish you could split it because I really liked that whole scene. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, there's always next time. Next time we will get to some time skip interludes. We will be skipping forward at around a month. I know at least one of you has something they've been wanting to wait to do, and they have had a month of a time skip to work on, among other things. So, yay, certain rituals will be able to be attempted.
Woo!
A month of time skippery.
That's gonna be interesting.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
We will, once again, like we did last time, I tend to have at least 2 interludes for each of you. And much to, I'm sure, Nick's pleasure, Nick will go last, and we will invert the order for Pius first.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. So that's...
I am now at 96.
You were
I will
at
try and
more than
message you
that.
during the
Yeah,
game
you're
for
more than
anything
that.
I need to
I
ask
am.
you about that, about what you might be doing, but I think for most of you, I have a pretty good idea what that is.
So 2, so 1 for each of them, 3 for each of them, 1 for each of us.
Don't forget to
Or
catch up
each.
on the
I am.
previous session as well as the other stuff.
That's why I put a post game and pre game edits in the experience acquired. So let's see. Again, that's 1 for each of them, 3 for each of them, 4 for each of them. 4 for each of them, 7, then 8. And then both of us get 4, so for us, 7 for Olivia and 8 for Ashley.
Building up that XP to spend. Yay!
So Alvin's at 94.
I guess I have more than I thought.
Pius is at 97. Olivia
97.
is at 107, and Ashley is at 110. Because she's an XP hog.
No.
Also, remember, regardless of whether it's in clan or out of clan, the first thought of a discipline is 10 experience.
Yep.
And as we are moving into a
Shit.
time skip, you could go ahead and spend 10 if you have it to learn Obfuscate 1.
I might be doing that.
And then that means...
Maybe doing that. We'll see. I gotta go through all my shit.
How much should I
Obfuscate 1, you still have to be very careful of moving through shadows and the like, if I recall correctly. It's only Obfuscate 2 that really allows you to move normally.
Yeah, you can't like open a door or like bump a chair with Obfuscate 1 because it'll break it. Like pretty much anything you do will break it.
Yep.
One small thing that
outside of shadows.
One small thing that I do want to broach with Pius over the course of this month is to see if I can snag his potence.
Ooh, stage 1 blood bond Pius.
Potence for Alvin would be actually kind of interesting.
Stage 1 isn't all that restricted. It's the same level you have with your sires.
And I'm already looking after him anyway.
Yep.
It's true. How much would a second dot of potence be?
A second dot of potence would be, for you, since it's in clan, 5 experience.
5. Okay.
Remember, the second dot is always the cheapest.
And that would put me at 91 spent, which leaves me with 6 experience left to spend. But I think I'll hold on to that. Getting that first dot of potence at least makes it so my strength abilities are a little beefier.
Yes.
Well, if you do decide to do that, let me know so we can track the blood bond.
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, Pius, Alvin, make sure to add on your sheets under bond and boon.
Like, doing it right now.
For the stage 1.
Bond and boon, so blood bonds, add who Alvin.
Well, you don't have any. You don't. It's to you.
Oh, okay.
Blood bond is to you from
blood bond. Okay, so he's blood bound to me.
Yep.
Yeah, but only stage 1, and stage 1 is barely anything. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I don't have to add anything.
Well, you would in blood bonds go to Pius Brisbane, or sorry, you would go to your sheet and for bond and boon, and in blood bonds you'd put my Alvin, and then you would put to you, and it would be first drink.
First drink.
One moment. Going to copy this into the general chat.
But also
there's the rules on the first drink, the blood bond.
Would second dot in firearms also be 5?
Second dot in firearms is an ability, not a discipline. Second dot in firearms would only be 2 experience.
Yep.
Oh, again, please write down any experience expenditure requests in your private books, just so I can track them.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use my 7 for 1 in potency and secondary and potency in firearms.
Actually, I have a few things I should probably put in there for.
Where's my potency at? There it is. Alright.
Congratulations! Your effective strength is now a 3 instead of a 2, so you are now above average. Congratulations! Even though you only have 1 dot of strength.
Yes, I know that was something you and Nick were both kind of nudging me towards to like kind of increase a tad bit.
Well, just remember, a second dot of strength is only 4 experience.
Yeah, I kind of figured I'd use it in firearms too, just in case I need to get myself like a pistol or something. I can like at least shoot it like correctly. And then with the strength there, in case you got to get into a grapple, like Alvin and I need to grapple something, like it'd be more helpful.
Like, pulling a coterie mate off of a mortal.
Yes.
Strange.
Or make a nibbler rocket towards an eyeball of a unsuspecting target.
Right.
Goodness.
I think that'll be it, because if I do any more than that, I don't think I'll necessarily need those, but these two would actually be helpful for this in-between time.
And when we're buying dots for different disciplines, attributes, just 1 dot per whatever we're trying to purchase, right?
Is that you, Andrew, going through my sheet?
Yeah, I'm going through the sheet. Sorry, one moment. Now, what was that, Steph?
I was just asking, when we're purchasing, the rule is only 1 dot per like attribute or skill or whatever we're trying to learn.
Only 1 dot in any particular thing, unless we're going through a lengthy time skip.
Okay.
Depending if you want to increase something more than 1 during this month, you can request it, but I may refuse it depending on what it is.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's why I chose a dot in different fields.
Yep. I figure put a point into law and politics, considering the things that I'm getting into.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly justified. Yeah.
Just makes a lot of sense considering the things that I'm messing with.
I forgot I had stealth 4.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. And then streetwise and subterfuge are at 3.
Nice. That is definitely helpful.
Yes, especially if you're going to get into the nitty gritty of business stuff, the streetwise and subterfuge are going to help out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to put up some. Get back up here.
Anything else from y'all tonight?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
well, I
probably
hope
gonna
everyone had a fun session.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm going to go play some Mechabilla.
Nice. I'm going to head upstairs and lay on the couch.
Enjoy resting your back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk to y'all later.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.